Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. They've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon, let's get to it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Undisputed, live from Los Angeles. I'm Jen Hale here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Congratulations to your
Thank you. Could you pardon me for
champion
one
governors.
moment, please? I have something I need to do here.
What you need to do? Whatever.
Get up. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. I want to congratulate my alma mater, Vanderbilt, for winning yet another national championship in baseball.
Okay.
That's 2 national championships in baseball and a national runner-up in baseball in the last 6 seasons. That's domination.
That is not domination.
That's baseball U.
No, it's
We're the pro pipeline. Think about this. We had the 4th overall pick in baseball, 5th overall pick in the NBA draft, and wait a second, our cornerback got taken by Bill Belichick in the 2nd round. We're the best school, and we're the most athletic school. How do you like that?
Miami.
Thank you very much.
Miami, Texas,
Nope.
USC
Nope.
all have better baseball programs than you.
Seems
Thank
like
you.
Vanderbilt-
V is for victory. Yeah.
Seems like Vandy's trying to
you
establish
you can't even
baseball
congratulate
tradition
us?
like LSU.
Congratulations, Skip.
Thank you.
LaGoat.
Yeah.
Now you want
We
to
got
go.
reasons. Yeah, but we back it up.
Okay.
We actually win championships as opposed to 3 and 6 LeBron James. So I'm not going to bore you with this hat any longer. I'm going to take it off.
Thank you.
Just rearrange my hair a little bit. I think I'm going to be okay. And here we go.
You look sharp. You look fresh.
Thank
You're ready.
Way to go.
You wore black today because you see this.
Well,
what
I had to.
This is what I forced him to do, Jen. I make him wear black on Thursday because he know that heat coming. With this first topic, you know that heat coming.
Okay.
Well, let's
Hope
get
you're
right
ready.
to it, gentlemen, then. We will start with Shannon's favorite, LeBron. He already seems to be fired up about next season. Yesterday, King James posted this picture with a caption, "Comeback season is going to be shocked emoji face." Put that on everything. LeBron's squad missed the playoffs last season, but now they're adding Anthony Davis to a well-rested LeBron for the upcoming NBA campaign. Shannon, what did you think of that Instagram post?
Loved it. You know, he didn't want me to outshine him yesterday. You know, I posted a picture. You see what he did? He came back and posted a picture of himself.
Oh, so you inspired
Yeah,
this
I
post?
inspired him.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I
He gave
did
me a
not
shout
know
out to
that.
You know, he wished me happy birthday.
I saw that. I wanted to bring that up in just a moment. We should show that tweet.
Skip, he's in the lab.
Yeah.
He's in the lab and he's building something.
Was that the Laker lab or his home
Look at
lab?
that,
I
look at
can't
that. What
really
they say?
tell.
He said he can't let the day go by.
Did you see that?
Go ahead. I'll go ahead. Read it,
Wow. Well, you should
Skip. No,
read
go ahead.
it.
No, I want you to read
Can't
it.
let a day go by without saying happy G-Day to my homie Shannon Sharpe. Heading to Club Shay Shay right now for a glass at the Yak. And then lots of laughing and crying emojis.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Enjoy your day. And thankful to you. He's thankful to you because you got his back. And then some. And he needs somebody to have his back now because this is a little bit shaky going into the year 2 in L.A.
Nothing shaky about this.
Yeah.
Skip. I believe the injury that he suffered last year was an outlier. It was an anomaly. I believe the rest, although he did not know it at the time, missing the playoffs might be one of the best things that's happened to him in his 16th going into his 17th
You could make
year
that
NBA
case.
career. Skip, here's the thing that I find so puzzling is that they say LeBron James is stepping off a cliff. He had a down season. But did you know the season LeBron James had last year, 27-8-8, only 4 other men in 70-plus year NBA history have ever posted a season like that. And the last they all did it before the age of 29. But here's a shocker. LeBron James has done it in back-to-back years at 33 and 34. 27-8-8. Oscar, Michael Jordan, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. All did it before the age of 29. LeBron James did it in year 15 and 16, 33, 34.
Really? And speaking of Oscar, LeBron's trying to win an Oscar now also, right?
Whatever. You're a hater. You know what? His rebound totals might come down because of Anthony Davis. His point total might come down because of Anthony Davis. But I can see his assist total going up because of Anthony Davis also. Can you imagine him throwing those lobs to Anthony Davis? Easy bucket. Transition, easy bucket to AD. So for me, Skip, I know what he's doing. He's putting that work in. Yeah, he's shooting a movie, but Michael Jordan shot a movie too, because you always like to compare him, talking about, well, Michael would have never did that. Did you know he shot Space Jam in the offseason coming up after he took they went out like goats against Orlando. You do realize that.
Yep.
But Skip, I need you to stop this, because you keep perpetuating a myth. You keep saying LeBron James at 34 and Michael Jordan at 34. He was first team all defense. Did you know this? At age 34, LeBron James has played 60 more playoff games than Michael Jordan.
Okay.
At age 34, he has played 268 more games, 10,000 more minutes than Michael Jordan at the very same age.
It's a good point.
Did you know that, Skip, that year that he came back in 1995, he only played 17 games?
Okay.
In his second year in the NBA, he broke his foot. He only played 18 games.
Yep.
My guy will be just fine. He's in the lab. He's going to come back bigger, stronger, faster than he left.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's an anomaly. The older he gets, the bigger, stronger, and faster he gets.
You ain't got no problem with Tom Brady getting better as he age.
But you always tell me he plays the unathletic position of quarterback, the overprotected position of quarterback, right?
Am I lying?
No, well, I'm just using your case against you.
No cap.
So, okay.
Yeah, but my guy is in the lab. That's where he spends a lot of his time. You just, you don't really follow him like I follow a lot of other people, but he's in the lab quite frequently. And you'll see, wait till this project is complete.
Okay. First, I would like to publicly thank LeBron James for so closely watching our show. I didn't know for sure, but boy, he follows you closely here on Undisputed, because he knows all the inside jokes. He knows it all. Yeah. We appreciate that.
He done been to Show Club, Shay. We on remodeling right now.
Somebody's got to have his back, because somebody across the table tells the truth, and then somebody is the PR man, and that's okay. So he's thanking you publicly for that, and that's okay with me.
Oh, now I'm a PR guy.
Yeah. So I'm going to say once again about LeBron James what I always say about LeBron James.
What you going to say now?
LeBron, don't tell me, just show me. Just show me next year, because you didn't show me last year. I don't need to be told, but I do give LeBron this much. He knows this about the age we live in. You can take a bad movie and you can make people go to it in droves, and to the point it becomes a box office blockbuster just by a bombardment of advertising. You can spend so much advertising, you can tell people it's so good, they'll actually go to it even if it's bad. And that, in part, is what's operating right here, right now, because LeBron was a bad movie last year.
Whatever.
And the last time we heard LeBron make a big proclamation publicly, do you remember what happened back on February the 20th? His first practice back after, what did he miss, 18 games with his groin? First practice back at that facility, and I assume that's at the Lakers facility. He announced after practice to the media that playoff mode has been prematurely activated, because he made the point he does not like to up the intensity this early. That's what he said. And I'm thinking, really? So you don't play that hard the first part of the year and you save it for later? I don't know what. That's what I love about Zion. He's just going to bring it every night. He doesn't care about pacing
himself, college.
Saving himself. We'll see. We'll see about that. But LeBron said playoff mode has been activated. And to his credit, the next night at home, they beat the Houston Rockets. Pretty good team. Real good team. And LeBron had 29, 12, and 6 in that game. Brandon Ingram had 27 and 13. He's no longer with the Lakers. He's a Pelican. You should love that, because he's going to be a star. But then what happened after that one big win? LeBron's team lost 12 of the next 14 games. So playoff mode activated was deactivation for the Lakers, right? Because it didn't matter, because nothing happened. And in that stretch, he shot 29% from the three-point line and 62% from the free throw line. That is not LeBron-esque, right?
No.
And they failed miserably because his playoff mode wasn't good enough in his 16th season coming off an injury. It just wasn't good enough. You can argue the team wasn't good enough. And to your point, he now has a legitimate, bona fide co-star. So the co-star's never been in this vortex before. He's never been in this hot of a spotlight before. So we'll see how he reacts to that.
He went to Kentucky.
But, well, Yeah, he was in it one time, but in New Orleans, he wasn't ever really in this kind
He
of a
never had a
spotlight.
guy with like LeBron.
Nope, he did not. So, do you remember the age-old story about the kid who cried wolf? Do you remember that one? Do you know it?
Yeah, you do that all the time.
Okay, I don't ever cry wolf. No, I back it up. I predict it, and then I do it. But in LeBron's case, there's a lot of crying wolf where he says, I see a wolf, I see a wolf, but there's not a wolf. And after a while, everybody says, wait, you keep crying wolf, but you don't back it up. But in LeBron's case, he says, I'm going to turn back into a wolf, and I'll believe it when I see it.
You go see it?
Because to your point, he's going into his 17th season, and would you believe he's already 6th all-time in minutes played?
Yeah.
6th all-time?
Yeah.
That's outrageously hard.
Nobody's been able to have this type of career at this age.
Wear and tear.
And
the
still
mileage on this car it's like he needs to have been rebuilt about 7 times. He needs new engines about 6 or 7 times. He looked a little skinny in that picture.
That's what you do.
Wait, you get the vibranium late. You wait until what, like maybe October to get it?
No, we activating early.
Are you?
You know, this is for me, this is what's puzzling to me.
Okay.
You always have a problem with LeBron post something. But when Tom Brady's working out on the beach throwing to Julian Edelman, you say nothing.
Okay.
When he posted that photo of him throwing to Josh Gordon, you said nothing.
Who won last year's Super Bowl?
That got nothing to do with it.
Oh, nothing to do. I think it has everything to do with it.
Hold on. He was making documentaries when he took the L to Philly. You didn't say anything.
Okay. He threw for a playoff record 505 yards in that game. He couldn't do much more in that game.
He could have caught the pass. He could not have fumbled the ball.
How do you break a record of all-time playoff games? No one's ever thrown for more than 505 yards, and you are still criticizing.
Yeah, just like you criticized LeBron for scoring the most points in an NBA Finals game and taking the L.
Does
That's how
Tom
it's easy.
Brady play defense? Can he play defense? I wish he could.
He can't catch either. Did you see him drop that pass? A touchdown pass.
Can Bill Belichick coach defense?
Don't do that, Skip.
He gave up 40 points to the Eagles' backup quarterback. It was so outrageously wrong. He benched his best defensive player, at least the guy who played the most snaps, Malcolm Butler, his best defensive back, right?
How about this? I'm going to get back on topic. Tom Brady.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Tom a little later.
You brought it up, and I finished.
Did you know this? That LeBron James averaged more minutes in the regular season, 38.6 to 38.0, than Michael Jordan?
Okay.
He averaged more playoff minutes, 42 to 48, 41.8.
Thank you for bringing up those numbers, because I endorse those numbers as to why he's going to have a harder time next year than you think. You're making a case he can win the MVP next year and they can win the championship next year.
I think it's going to be really hard for him to get MVP with Anthony Davis, but I believe he'll be in consideration, considering they will be much better than what they were the previous year.
Okay.
My point is, Skip, is that every time that you always talk about, yeah, he's giving you these great numbers offensively, but he's not playing any defense. Nobody. I'm going to see if Kawhi Leonard is sitting in that chair at age 34. You tell me he's falling apart at 27, 28.
Okay.
Let's see what he's like at 34.
So how can you go win a championship when your best player no longer even tries to play much defense?
Skip, stop. He does play.
Really?
What about those blocks? What about those steals?
You know what? Last year for me was just a long blooper reel of lowlights for LeBron James. And if we could just see a few of those.
No, you see,
what was the first one we remember? Do you remember the?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Okay,
Not to my recollection.
Here he is. He's throwing the ball in. Oh, wait, he hit the backboard. Are you
He
really
was trying to throw.
Wait, look at this. Kyle Kuzma shoves him out to get the three-point shooter. He shoved him into playing defense. Then remember this, LeBron's just letting the ball roll up the floor against Denver at home, roll up the floor. LeBron, pick the ball up. Please don't hot dog it. Please. Out of bounds. Denver's ball. You can't do that. Really? Seriously? And then how about this against Mario Hezonja? He gets blocked on a last-second shot by Hezonja at Madison Square Garden. When is that ever going to happen?
Because that lets me know right there he had no lift, he had he had no elevation on that shot, which tells me his groin was bothering him again.
Okay.
But that's not the Skip. I'm not going to make any excuses. He came back, and all we saw was 23 with James on the back. And so we expect virtuosos every time this man steps on the court.
So as I psychoanalyze LeBron once again, why did he post yesterday? What was the timing? What does it say to you? It was your birthday, so maybe it was just because it was your birthday.
Goodness, you know
but number one, yesterday, this is the first time in forever that LeBron has not been the center of NBA.
He still is.
No, it's KD. It's number 2. It's
Hold on,
Kyrie going.
we talk about KD. KD not going to even play like you tell me.
Well, that's
out
true.
of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, well, he's in mine because he is the
He's in your
biggest
mind.
fish on the free agent market right now.
That's because my guy
Okay,
is already.
so LeBron again has to remind everybody. Remember me? I'm going to have a comeback season for the ages.
And he
Remember
will.
me?
And he will.
And number 2. Obviously, LeBron's feeling a little bit guilty because the narrative last year, pushed maybe by this side of the table, was that he came here for 2 reasons: to play a little bit of basketball for the Lakers and to play a lot of basketball for Hollywood, as in Space Jam. So now he's feeling a little guilty because he's saying, I'm all in on the Lakers while I'm making a movie. Oh, well,
Michael
those don't go
Jordan,
together.
you never questioned Michael Jordan, was he all in with the Bulls when he shot Space Jam, the original. You
Okay.
never questioned that.
At that
Why?
point, he was 3-0 in the finals
At
with
that
3
point-
MVPs.
at that
back
point-
it up, back it up, back it up.
At that point, he had just gone out of the playoffs looking horrible
Okay.
when Nick Anderson stole the ball from him and dunked it. That's what he had
Because
done.
he was forced out of basketball for almost 2 years.
I don't know anything about no fourth. We'll debate that another day in time.
Okay.
But I'm telling you what he did after he got knocked out of the playoffs is that he shot a movie and you
Okay.
didn't say anything.
Okay. So actually, in his post, LeBron is admitting that last year was a big, abject, epic fail because he says it's going to be comeback season.
Yes.
So he's saying, I'm coming back from nothing, right?
So let me ask you a question. When Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl to the Eagles, was it an epic fail?
Heck no.
Why not?
Is that a record?
He took the L.
Huh?
What good is hold on? What good is record? So
How can you you realize 33 is the most points ever scored by a Super Bowl loser? Like,
See,
I don't know how much better you can do.
I'll-
33.
as
If
long-
I told you going into that game, Tom Brady's going to put up 33 and throw for 505, what would you have said?
I said, that's not gonna
it's
be enough.
Wipe out.
You know what? I don't care what you say. You can say that was the most points ever scored, 33. You can say Tom Brady set a playoff, a NFL playoff record.
Yeah.
But as long as you finish with that last, the L and it ends in R, as long as you finish it with that, loser, I'm good with it. But I'm telling you, my guy says it's going to be an epic comeback. Stay tuned.
Your guy's played in 9 finals and won all of 3 of those. So he's 3-6.
Yeah,
You like
okay.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's taken 6 big L's.
He,
Yep.
not here to
Not
debate
invited to Clay Club Shay.
Yes, he's always invited.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a guy.
He's
He's already member.
Okay.
First of all, Skip, your guy played 15 years. Why did he only get to 6 finals? Were they not playing the finals the other 9 years? Oh.
Yeah, but if he hadn't gotten pushed out for 2 years, he would have gone to the finals
No,
and
no,
won
no.
it
No, no, no.
3,
So, hold on.
5, 8 times.
Hold on.
8
If you-
straight
if you
years.
don't mind me
How
asking.
about 8 for 8 with 8 finals MVPs?
If you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
was Larry Bird the commissioner? Because he pushed him out twice via the sweep. Was Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boy Pistons, were they the commissioner? Because they kicked his butt out the playoffs,
Okay,
too.
You're talking about all-time great players
that-
and all-time great
oh, my
teams,
goodness.
right?
Oh, my
And you're
goodness.
talking about an all-time baby at that point
Hold
who had
on.
not grown
So-
up.
so
Once
let-
he grew up, it was over.
Let me ask you a question.
Over.
Would you consider the Golden State Warriors an all-time great team with great players?
Sure.
Would you consider the San Antonio Spurs an all-time great team with great players? They just possess the
I
greatest
think
power
that-
forward that ever lived.
That was the greatest team ever. Well, you asked me. I told you.
Not the-
Okay.
that was not the greatest team. But you get my point of where I'm going.
Yep.
The only loss that I can say, you know what, Skip? There is no question he should have won that one. And that was the Dallas Mavericks. You get no pushback from this side of the table with that loss. But all the rest of them, you make it seem like those were bum teams. They were not. All the teams that he lost to,
You realize if Ray Allen doesn't hit the greatest clutch shot in the history of the playoffs, you're 2-7.
if John Paxson, if Steve Kerr, who knows what would happen? Skip?
Those weren't winner, make it or break it shots.
all
Those
I'm-
are just to win.
Skip, all I'm saying is that he had his team had a down season. He's posting, letting you know that he's in the lab. Skip, you know what happened? A lot good things happen when you go in the lab. Good things happen. Yeah.
But it's like LeBron wants everybody to think he's the only NBA player who works out in the offseason. I think they all
Well,
do.
that's what Tom Brady does.
Everybody can
Tom
post.
Brady wants you to think that he's the only one that eats healthy,
Why do
that
you
works
keep putting
out.
LeBron it's blasphemy. We're going to get
It-
struck by
no, we're not
lightning
gonna get struck
if you
by that.
keep putting
We're not
LeBron
gonna-
in the same sentence with Tom Brady because I'm going to run for cover here. I'm going to put my hat on
Don't do that.
because I'm going to need it.
First of all, what you mean the same sentence?
Yeah.
No. LeBron, and then I mentioned Tom Brady. so Tom Brady.
Why would that be? Because he has more Twitter followers or IG followers?
I don't know nothing
Okay.
about that.
No, you don't know nothing?
I don't know
I
anything
do.
about that. We got the GOAT. That's the GOAT.
Goat?
GOAT.
Goat of what?
GOAT.
Yeah, lowercase go.
No big case.
So I need to get you to explain exactly the bottom line on this post,
What do you say?
which is put that on everything.
He said, put that on
Okay.
OMM, on my mama.
Okay, is that where he's going
That's
with that?
where he going with it. Put it on everything.
Because I wasn't sure if he meant put it on everything as in every billboard and every
No,
marquee in
you-
L.A., like put it up everywhere.
You know good
Put it
well
up in lights.
Skip Bayless, you know good well that's not what he meant. You know, put that on everything.
Okay.
Everything I love. Put that on
everything.
Savannah. Put that on the kids. Put that on everything.
Well, that's a
Done
lot to
deal.
put it on.
Put it on it.
Okay.
Now.
Boy, you're asking for trouble.
I ain't asking for
what
nothing.
What if you come up a little short
That's
on
what
that
we
one?
do.
Huh?
See, we the type, we go looking for trouble.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
hoping to find it.
Really?
Wake up in the morning, hoping somebody say something.
You realize-
hoping somebody cross me the wrong way.
If he stays reasonably healthy next year, he's going to pass 3 more on that all-time minutes played list.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pass Tim Duncan and Kobe, and I can't remember who the other one was, but he's going to go all the way up to 3rd.
Think about
You know
that.
what? Father Time's going to be tapping on both shoulders saying,
Let that sink
LeBron.
in. Kobe played 20
Yep.
years, and he
Yep.
about to pass him in 17.
Yep.
Tim Duncan played 19,
Okay.
and none of them had the type seasons in year 17 that he about to have.
Yeah, he's going to pass Tim Duncan, Dirk, and Kobe. That's who it would be next year.
And he's gonna pass Kobe in points too, huh?
Oh, I don't
He
know.
gonna, you know about that.
Well, that's just because of
No,
longevity.
but hold on. So why is Tom Brady accumulating all these yards and touchdowns? Did he play 5 years?
Do I ever talk about Tom's longevity
Yes,
records?
you do.
I do
No,
not.
oh,
I
you
don't
talk about-
care.
No, we talked
I
about
care
it last
about
year.
Super Bowls.
Tom Brady has the most touchdowns combined with regular season and playoffs. Tom Brady has the most playoff wins. How do you get that? Skip?
Okay, help me out here. Be honest about this.
Yes.
Who played at a higher level last year? Tom Brady at age 41 or LeBron at age 34?
LeBron.
It's not even
LeBron.
close. It's not even close.
Did you see
Tom Brady owned the playoffs last
Okay,
year.
but hold on.
He owned them.
Hold on.
He was as spectacular as
Did
ever
he own the
last
Super
year.
Bowl? Did he own the Super Bowl?
Yep.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
what
did.
About
He owned the
Tennessee?
fourth quarter.
What about Tennessee? Were you
stop
proud with that performance?
Yeah, I was
What
proud
about
of
the
the whole
Dolphins?
year.
What about Detroit? Were you proud of the way he played
He
in Detroit?
outplayed Patrick, my homeboy, twice.
No,
Twice.
No, he did.
He outplayed Aaron Rodgers. He won at Chicago. He should have won at Miami, except for the Belichick blunder.
First of all, he did not outplay my homeboy.
He
the
did
defense
too.
was terrible.
Oh, come
Skip, you
on.
know it. When my homeboy left the field,
Lord
he
have
left the
mercy.
field one time. The game was tied. He left the field again. He had to leave. I don't know what my homeboy can do.
Yeah. You're talking about the clutchest player ever in any sport, Tom Brady.
No.
We're going to get
Yeah.
to more on Tom
Yes,
Brady
we are.
a little bit later this morning. If LeBron were to get that MVP, Shannon, it would be his 5th one in his career.
Do?
Time will tell.
What, do?
No mercy.
Spring is finally here, and if you're looking to get back into a great workout groove, we have to tell you about the latest from Peloton, the Tread. It offers an expansive range of boot camp, running, strength, walking, and stretching classes that reimagine the at-home total body workout experience. With Peloton Tread, convenience is key. Bring the best total body instruction to you at home on your time. Peloton knows you're busy. Classes range from 10 to 60 minutes long, so you can fit in a workout on your watch. Peloton Tread also provides access to trainers there to guide you through a wide variety of workouts. Work up a sweat with world-class instructors who are running, walking, stretching, and training by your side. The motivation is real time, and you never repeat the same workout unless you want to. The 32-inch HD touchscreen and powerful built-in soundbar make the Tread the most immersive and captivating workout experience. Don't miss a beat in a workout that feels larger than life. And with Tread, you can see your progress all in one comprehensive place. You'll be able to push yourself to new personal bests by tracking total output, distance, and heart rate. Discover the immersive and challenging total body training you can get from Peloton Tread. Peloton is offering listeners a limited time offer. Go to onepeloton.com, use the code UNDISPUTED to get $100 off accessories with the purchase of a Tread.
No mercy.
Over to Houston, where the Rockets are doing whatever they can to add Jimmy Butler next season. ESPN reports Houston is shopping Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, trying to acquire Butler in a sign-and trade. The Rockets don't have enough cap space to sign Butler as a free agent. Shannon, how do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, but I believe he's going to stay in Philly. Why would he want to go to Houston and play? I get it. He's from a suburb in Houston. But why would he want to play with James Harden that have the 41% usage rate? CP3 is bickering because he's ball dominant and he's not getting enough touches. Why wouldn't he want to stay in the East with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons? You see, Skip, I mean, it seems to me, from the outside looking in, you know, when I was a kid and I go out to recess, Skip, they sent all the kids out to recess. Some kids would go out, they sit on the ground. Me, I was a participant. I played basketball, dodgeball, kickball, softball, ran the relays. It seems like the Philly is sitting this one out. And Houston wants to be a participant. Why would Philly want to do this deal with you? Why would they want to help you? I mean, okay, y'all want Jimmy? Sure, you want to blow up your team because you want to win the NBA title. How can we help you? I'm sure Elton Brand is sitting in his office right now. Hey, Daryl, type that proposal up and get it over to me. Let me take a look at it and see what we can do for you. Really? Come on, Daryl Morey. You're panicking. I don't understand why you think. Elton Brand said he made the move for Jimmy Butler, gave up what they gave up, Skip, because they said, we're going for it.
Yep.
So now, unlike Daryl Morey, it doesn't look like to me that Elton Brand is looking to blow his team up. Reports are they're looking to sign him and Tobias Harris.
Yep.
I don't see a scenario where, okay, we're going to sign Jimmy and then trade him. For draft picks? For what? Because that pick's going to be somewhere in the 20s. How does that help Philly? If it's going to be a lottery pick, okay, if it's first, the second, or third pick in the draft, okay, maybe I'll consider it. But how does this help the Sixers by doing this deal with the Rockets? This makes no sense to me. It doesn't. 5 years for $190, and Jimmy Butler's supposed to say, nah, I'm going to forget that. I want to come play with you and ball dominant James Harden.
Okay.
I don't see a scenario where Jimmy Butler leaves the Sixers and goes to the Rockets.
Okay. Unless the Sixers have decided Jimmy Butler is more trouble than he's worth.
Okay, yeah.
Possibly, but I'm more with you. And as I step back and watch this more and more, harder and harder, take a closer and closer look, obviously, Daryl Morey is trying desperately to fix what he broke.
Yes.
Am I right? He's trying to undo what he did. It's his fault. He's actually indicting himself. This is how, if I'm the owner of that team, I'm looking at this like, wait a second, are you making a case to me you should be fired?
Right.
Because that's how it's coming across. He's so desperate. Why? Because 2 Junes ago, it was June of 2017, he bet the ranch on Chris Paul.
He did.
He traded Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley and Montrezl Harrell and 4 other players. Sam Decker was one of them for what it's worth. But there were 7 total players and a 2018 first-round pick to get Chris Paul, who was on the edge of getting old. And he should have known that, but he rolled those dice. And he rolled 2 big dice out there with James and Chris, thinking they'll figure it out. Well, for a while, they kind of figured it out. And then last year, they were at each other's
snake
throats.
eyes.
Okay, came up snake eyes. It did. And they were looking at each other with snake eyes, I think. So now it's clear to me that Chris Paul has lost a step, and he has 1 foot over the hill. And yet, just a year ago, Daryl Morey gave Chris Paul 4 more years at $160 million. It's an albatross contract. It's going to hang around Daryl Morey's head and neck and just drag him down into the Gulf of Mexico, right?
Only John Wall has a worse contract than the one Chris Paul
terrible.
has.
So Chris is going to make 38.5 next year, then 41.4, and then 44.2, and he already looks old to me. Well, you're stuck because nobody's going to take that off your hands. So you're trying to undo it by desperately trying to get Philly to take a deal, to your point, that Philly's not going to take. And worse, you're telegraphing it. You're such a grandstander already, Daryl Morey is. He's such a publicity hound. He's leaking this to the media and sending the signals to everyone. We want him, Philly. We want to go get him from you.
And we're willing to trade Tucker. We're willing to trade Capella, Eric Gordon. It doesn't matter.
And you're going to need like a 5-way trade. You're going to have to trade your guys to individual teams to get draft picks that you can build up a haul enough to say, hey, Elton Brand, will you take all these draft picks for Jimmy Butler?
No, I'm good.
Really?
A draft pick versus a proven player.
Okay.
I like the known commodity.
And now that you've signaled what you want to do, Sixers Nation, all the fans are crying out like, what, Elton, what are you doing?
Right.
Well, he's saying, I'm not doing anything. Right. They're the one who's doing it. I'm not initiating. They are, right? And so now he's feeling public pressure to hold on to, all of a sudden, Jimmy Butler feels like he's the biggest prize in free agency, right?
Yes.
And I think he's valuable. I don't think he's more valuable than Kevin Durant, not this year, but the next year.
Or Kawhi.
Who's that? I
You know who it is.
Out of sight.
Finals MVP. How you out of sight? Finals MVP.
Well,
2 times.
Yeah, he's bound for the Clippers, so that's
No,
off
you don't know that for certain.
Yeah, I do. I know it in my head and my heart. But the point is that now Jimmy Butler is such a hot commodity that the Sixers are saying, well, wait a second. We don't even have any proposal yet. Yeah. He's initiating all the publicity.
Right.
He's teasing everyone that he's going to get this done because he wants to show Rocket Nation, I'm doing all I can to fix what I broke. That's basically what he's saying, right?
Skip, but and like you said, he built the house a certain way. And then as it starts to crumble, gets mad and says, well, someone needs to fix it. Elton Brand, you need to fix the house that I put together that's starting to crumble. Okay. You said that you wanted to take down the Warriors, and the best way to do it was to outshoot them from the three-point line. Take 15. If we can make somewhere between 15 and 20, we can win. Okay? Now, Skip, the Warriors are hobbled. We don't know if Kevin Durant, we're going to talk about Kevin Durant a little later. We don't know if he's going to re-sign. But even if he does, 1 year away. So 2019, 2020, he won't be able to play before the start of the 2020. I don't believe he's playing all of next year. Klay Thompson is going to miss at least the first 3-4 months of the season. And now you want to just blow up everything. This is your opportunity now. Because guess what? If you win a title, nobody's going to care that Golden State wasn't at full strength. Because just like nobody's caring that Golden State wasn't at full strength when Toronto took them down. All I know is that the Raptors have a trophy. Now, whether or not Kawhi stays or not, they have that. What's going on, Daryl? I mean, all these analytics, what's going on? So what are your analytic people telling you? What are they telling them, Skip?
I have no idea because I don't pay that much attention to that anyway. But I'm going to say again what I told you yesterday. I get where he's going with this because, first of all, he doesn't need a third star. He actually needs a second star because Chris is not a second star anymore to me. James is definitely a first star, but he needs a second star and Jimmy to make it a quote-unquote like a big 2.5.
So is Jimmy going to be the star and part referee between Chris and James Harden?
I'm going to repeat this. Jimmy Butler is a locker room force, for better or for worse.
Yes.
He is a nuclear catalyst. And I don't know what Elton Brand really thought of how he fit or did not fit with the Sixers team. I think they thought he fit really well.
Yes.
I think, but I don't know that for a fact because I wasn't behind the scenes.
Right.
But Jimmy Butler can be a leader. He can be a challenger. He can be a fighter in a good or bad way. He will go in and shake it up, and Daryl's hoping it will shake out right, that he will be the go-between, the mediator, and somehow, weirdly, the peacemaker between Chris and James.
But why would Jimmy, he goes from a place where Ben Simmons really doesn't care. I mean, he's an old school point guard because he doesn't have a jump shot. Jimmy's getting touches. Why would he go to Houston to stand behind the three-point line and hope James passing the ball late in the shot clock? Why would he want to go do that?
I don't know, unless he cares about his home area, and I don't know that he does because he grew up in Tomball, which is just it's like a Houston suburb.
Yeah.
And Houston is in his heart, is his home area.
I get all that.
Okay?
I get all that, Skip.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you're playing with a guy.
I don't know how much he enjoyed playing with Embiid and Ben Simmons. I don't know. But it came clear to me in just that short time he was with the Sixers, he became the leader of that team.
Skip, how many big shots did he hit down the stretch for him? He was taking and making those big shots.
He was. No, I thought he was really good.
He came in, he was their closer. You like the closer, that's what he was.
Is Joel a leader of that team? He just doesn't have that sort of capability. He kind of is in his own world, it feels like to me. Is Ben Simmons a leader? No, he kind of stays to himself.
Yeah, well, Skip, it's hard to lead when you when you're in and out of the lineup like Joel Embiid is.
Okay.
You can't miss that many games. The leader needs to be there more times than not.
Okay. So they want to bring back the whole band.
They want to run it back.
Tobias back,
yeah.
And they want J.J. Redick if they can fit it all in, and they have a chance to fit it all in because they're all their property.
Property, right.
Okay? So will they all recommit? I have no idea, but it sounds like
J.J. needs to come on to the Lakers.
Yeah. That would be a good fit. I
Be a
would give
great
you that.
fit. I mean, he's familiar with the area. He spent a lot of time out here, and now he gets. I mean, just gets to graduate.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was at the middle school.
JJ is a mentally tougher Kyle Korver to me. He is, right?
I mean, he's scrappier, Skip. I mean, Kyle Korver is 38, Skip.
Okay, JJ Redick will take and make big shots.
So
to me.
will Kyle.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Scrappy.
I'm
scrappy.
sorry.
Okay, watch when he get back with LeBron.
Would you rather have JJ Redick or Kyle Korver next year? I know it's JJ.
Both.
Right? Both. Yeah. You need both, actually. That would be good for you. But I'm with you. Bottom line, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Butler's going to be a Sixer next year.
That would be a horrible deal for the Sixers
Yep.
if they were to do it.
Yep.
And I don't even know why Houston would want to do it other than to say, okay, we got 3 stars, because this definitely does not go together, Skip. This is mashed potatoes,
I would like it better.
ice cream, and a brownie.
No.
Yeah, I mean, individually, they're very good.
That actually sounded pretty good.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
But when you combine all 3 of them, you're like, what the hell are you put on my plate?
Yeah, but if you just take the ice cream and the brownie, you got something.
Yes.
So James is the ice cream, and here comes the brownie.
Okay,
right?
what about the mashed potatoes?
Okay, well they're there, and they make they're about to make, what is it, 38 million for mashed potatoes?
I'd like to
38
know
million?
The last time you ate any of those 3.
That's true. Thank
I'm
you.
not saying, Skip, I'm not saying anybody's mashed potato, but I'm just saying it's a bunch of things that's individually, it's very good, but when you combine them, you're like, nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, no official word on how the 76ers or Butler feel about this yet, but perhaps we'll get some more information when free agency begins on Sunday. Next up, Rick Bucher reported this week that Kevin Durant was, quote, really pissed at the Warriors for how they handled his Achilles injury. Yesterday, however, Steve Kerr refuted that, telling The Athletic, we had not only our staff, but Kevin's own specialist and then a 3rd independent specialist all clear him to play. Also, yesterday, ironically, KD declined his player option, meaning he will become a free agent. Shannon, how will all of this impact KD's impending free agency?
If what Steve Kerr is saying is true and is to be believed, I think it is more likely that he stays. If that is true, Skip, that means the trust is not completely broken as much as we'd like to think. Because Steve Kerr said not only did our doctors say he couldn't injure it or it wasn't the Achilles or whatever the injury was, his doctor, and then a 3rd physician. So it's like, hold on. It's not just us. And for Kevin to go to 2 independent doctors and they come to the same conclusion that our doctors came to, Kevin then has to say, well, hey, this was an isolated incident. And it was reported that all 3 of the doctors said they had never seen this the first time something like this had happened. Skip, because let me tell you what happens. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Kevin Durant gets cleared and he doesn't play. Now we have a Kawhi Leonard situation on our hand, because that's what you were harping on. The Spurs doctors cleared him, he didn't play.
Yep.
Okay, he's Kawhi. He gets cleared, he plays, he tears it. Skip, he was damned. There was no way Kevin Durant could win, because either outcome would not, granted, he wouldn't have had a torn an Achilles, but either outcome would not have been favorable for Kevin Durant, because now he's going to get labeled as that the doctors cleared him. Our doctors cleared him, and he could have played, but he didn't. Kevin Durant gets cleared by 3 doctors, and he plays, he tears his Achilles, and now he's out basically for a year. So he couldn't win. But I think with this, Steve Kerr is saying, it wasn't just our doctors. Kevin Durant went outside, and 2 other doctors told Kevin the very same thing that our doctors did.
He's saying his own specialist plus a 3rd opinion.
Yes.
Okay. So
it doesn't happen often, Skip, but there have been times that, you have to go and get a 4th, and they said it was this, and I got misdiagnosed over here and over there until we come to some kind of resolution. I feel bad for Kevin Durant, because he was in a no-win situation. He couldn't win, especially when the outcome came to what it did. The only way he could win, Skip, is that he plays and he doesn't tear the Achilles.
Okay.
That was the only way he could win, because in every other situation, he loses. If he gets cleared, he doesn't play, he's Kawhi Leonard 2019. If he does play, he tears his Achilles. Like, what the hell were you thinking, KD?
Okay.
So I believe in the situation that had it played out, there was no way he could win.
Okay. Is it possible this was a sheerly coincidental freak injury?
It's possible.
That he ruptured his Achilles independent of anything that had previously happened, the previous injury?
Yes.
Is it possible it just went for whatever reason?
Yes.
Because sometimes you just don't know why the Achilles snaps.
Right.
Right? Is it likely that happened? No, not likely. And again, I am increasingly suspicious, for the most part, because of what Andre Iguodala said the day before in New York City on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
He said, hey, I got pushed to play. I had a fracture, and they announced that it was a bone bruise.
Right.
Well, he called out management. He called out Warriors' credibility, right?
Yeah.
He said they don't have credibility because he's saying they cannot be trusted.
Okay.
So Steve Kerr comes across like the nice man next door,
Right.
the most trustable coach
Yes.
in the league, right? There's no used car salesman to him,
No.
right? And you want to believe him, and he went on Tim Kawakami's podcast yesterday, and he just poured his heart out. Like, we had no idea. We haven't heard any negativity from Kevin or his people. Not sure he would have, because Kevin's not like that. He's not confrontational, that he go back to him and say, how dare you? How did you do this to me?
And if he had heard it,
Yeah.
do you think Steve Kerr would voice it, that Kevin and his people are very upset with us and how we handle the situation?
I don't
Of course
know.
he wouldn't say that.
I don't know. So, again, when I take the Rick Bucher report, really pissed off, well, I'm going to take that one to the bank. And I know that Andrew Bogut took a shot at, called him Ricky Bucher yesterday, taking a shot at his credibility. I'm going to bet on Rick Bucher
Okay.
here. He's been doing this for a long time. He's
agree.
been very plugged into that team and that situation. He lives in the Bay Area. He lives just outside of San Francisco. So, given what Iguodala said and Rick reported, I'm going to side with Kevin on this one. I think he got taken to the cleaners on this one. I think he got misled about an injury that you thought on the first
happened.
night.
Yes.
The first night he went
Yeah.
down, you
Yeah.
said Achilles.
Yes.
I said Achilles. I think the world was thinking
Right.
Achilles, right?
Yes.
And they announced not calf tear, calf strain.
Right.
So we went all the way from calf strain to Achilles rupture. And somebody had to know there was some issue going on with the Achilles tendon.
But Skip, I would agree with you if it was just the team doctor, the Warriors team doctors that examined Kevin Durant. Now, maybe they told him it was a calf strain, but it's hard for me to believe that when they took an MRI, they didn't examine the entire lower leg because they got it in the tube, so you might as well. Hey, let's look at the Achilles.
Usually it's there.
Yeah.
The calf is so close because the
Right.
calf melds into
Right.
the, right?
The top, you're
Into-
right.
Yeah.
Right, to the Achilles, the soleus and the gastroc, the
Yeah.
two big muscles in the calf, the two muscles in the calf. So but Skip, he went to his own guy, and then a third guy told him the same thing. I mean, if three people tell you something, Skip, you're going to believe it. Now, I'm sorry.
If you're believing what Steve Kerr said yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If what he
that's
said
true,
is true and to be believed, yes.
Okay. Is it also possible that Kevin knew exactly what the risk was and he took the risk?
Man,
Okay.
I don't know about that, Skip.
If they told him you have fraying, you have like a partial, like a small, like a micro tear in
Yeah.
your Achilles and it could go at any moment.
Right.
And he said, I got to suck it up and go for my guys.
I'm looking at it like this, Skip. If there's a rope, I see a rope, and I need to get to the top, but it's fraying. I ain't using that rope. I'm gonna find another mean. If they tell me I got fraying in my Achilles, I ain't playing. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say, hey, put me in a boot. Let me take 3-4 months, and then I go about it another way. But I'm not using that rope if it's fraying.
Okay.
I'm not playing on the Achilles if it's fraying.
Okay. If I tell you have a sore knee, like a tendonitis in your
Right.
knee or arthritic condition, you'd say, I can play through
Right.
that because I don't think you're going to hurt it much worse than it is. It's going to hurt,
Right.
but it's not going to be further injured.
But here's the thing, Skip. When they say, well, you got an Achilles and you can't make it worse, yeah, you could tear it. That's worse than tendonitis. That's worse than fraying.
Of all the injuries in your whole body, that's the most dangerous.
Yes.
Any fraying is you're on the thinnest of
Yes,
ice.
yes.
And you're going to fall through the ice at any split second.
And and when doctors say, well, your knee and you can't, yeah, I can, because there's degrees. You have strain, you have a grade 2, and then you have a tear. If I got a strain, Skip, I can do something worse than that strain. I can tear it.
Okay.
If I got you got a bone bruise, you can't make it any worse. Yes, I can. I can actually break it.
Okay.
That would be worse.
Okay. If you have a fractured rib, can you play through it? It's just going to hurt. like hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be so painful, but can you make it that much worse? Probably not.
Because the only thing is that the thing with the rib skip is that they're very cautious not to get. I mean, you take injection because you got lungs, you got other things in there that you can puncture.
Hard to inject it,
right.
I get it.
Yeah.
But there's so many other injuries that can't get. It's really on you to play. Can you tolerate?
Yes.
Can you tolerate the pain?
Yes.
And if you can, fine.
Right.
Go.
Right.
Okay. So in this case, I think he was feeling little to no pain because you know how the Achilles goes. It's really not that bad unless you got some tendonitis.
Well, the thing is, Skip, is that he had adrenaline going.
Yep.
Because there are times that, you get, I mean, going out there injured and then the roar of the crowd and then everybody getting amped up and it's right before the kickoff and you're like, whoo, I'm ready. But after a while, like, ooh, I don't know about this one.
Well, it wasn't like Kevin was limping.
No.
He wasn't limping.
No, he was dancing. He was dunking.
in pregame.
Right.
And then he comes out and makes his first 3 threes.
But you know what, Skip? It's the Achilles. It's sudden, for no rhyme or reason. Boom.
Okay, so bottom line, just this my gut feeling from a distance, I think this means Kevin Durant will not re-sign
2
with
years.
Golden State.
I'm saying he signed a 2-year deal.
With Golden State?
Well, hold on. I go back and forth because it's like, okay, yeah, you told me that I couldn't hurt it anymore, but am I going to really trust you with the rehab? Because it was your original diagnosis that got me here.
I think between this situation and the Draymond clash that he had early in the year, I just think he's going to move on.
Well, see, that's what might have got him, Skip. Draymond put that pressure on him. Draymond called him that and forced him to go out there to show him that he wasn't that.
Good point. Highly possible.
See how he done talked to him? He can talk about that. So we put pressure on him, too. Up top, organization put pressure on us to get out there. And as players, bro, when you coming back?
Yeah, once you get called that word, you're going to say, oh, well, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch how I respond to this.
I was like, nah.
Okay.
Well, word is KD and his business manager, Rich Kleiman, are holed up in New York sorting through their options.
But that's KD. What if it was
Free
another guy,
agency will
Skip?
tell.
Because he's so talented, he's going to get a max.
He'll
But
get
what
it.
about the guy that wouldn't be getting
That
the
is
max?
true. This is a rare situation.
Yes, because look what it did to Boogie. Boogie was coming off one of his best seasons. He was 25-12. He tears his and has to settle for a 1 year, $5-6 million deal.
Maybe he's about to get a lot of it back.
KD still gonna get 5 for 221.
No, he will.
If he resigns or 4 for 164.
And you know what? He will ultimately be worth it.
You sure?
Yep. I'm sure.
You sure?
I'm betting on him.
You sure year 3?
Well, you're betting on LeBron to bounce back.
Whoa! LeBron has had no significant.
Oh.
Significant.
Huh. But LeBron's like 10 years older than
No,
KD.
he's not. He's only 4 years older.
Okay.
All right,
Feels
before we
like 10.
digress, back to that.
Hey everyone, Jenny Taft here with a quick word from Ancestry DNA. Ever wonder where your family comes from? You can discover more about them and learn about your story by combining the Ancestry DNA test with billions of historical family records. Ancestry DNA gives you so much more than just the places you are from. Ancestry connects you to the places in the world where your story started using precise geographic detail and clear-cut historical insights. You can even trace your ancestors' journeys over time, following how and why your family moved from place to place. And to amplify your results, you can start a free trial on Ancestry and build a tree so your ancestors become more than just a name. They've combined DNA results with over 100 million family trees and billions of records to give you more insight into your genealogy and origins. Only Ancestry can tell you such a rich story with unique features that give a more complete picture about a person, like events that shaped them, how they made a living, and what they excelled in. It's so easy to get started. I cannot wait to see my results. This is something I've always wanted to do. See where I'm from, learn more about my family. And they make it so easy. It's a simple saliva test. You pop it in the mail and you get your results back. It's that easy. For a limited time now through June 13th, go to Ancestry.com/undisputed today to get your Ancestry DNA kit for $69. That's Ancestry.com/undisputed for $69. Ancestry.com/undisputed.
No mercy.
Tomorrow on Fox, it's the most anticipated match of the Women's World Cup. The United States takes on France for a spot in the semifinals. Our coverage begins tomorrow at 2 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. All right, let's talk a little NFL, where two of the best quarterbacks ever recently decided to take a picture together. Tom Brady posted this pic with his old rival Peyton Manning and wrote, "Spoiler alert, we were friends this whole time. Always great to see you, Peyton." Two of the best to ever play the game. Shannon, what do you make of this selfie?
I'm trying to. Does anybody have a fork or a long object so I can gag myself with? Skip, why? Why does he got to post that, Skip? Why does Tom Brady have to advertise who he's friends with? Michael, MJ would have never done that.
Nope. Agreed.
I'm not surprised by this, Skip. Look, I believe two guys can be competitors and still be friends or friendly. Elway and Marino, although they didn't compete against each other, they were in the same draft. They had the same agents. Me and Ray, even after I went back to Denver, Skip, we were still friends. We still traveled. We still hung out, went to Vegas, did things together. It didn't interfere.
Did you play them
yes,
once?
Twice.
Twice. Okay.
Both years that I went back to Denver, they beat us both times.
Did Ray ever run into you?
Yeah, he got me. He made me drop a pass.
Okay. Good.
But one of my finest moments, but you know, it happens,
Okay.
happens.
That was the only time that ever happened.
That's the only time it ever happened.
Yeah.
Look, I believe they made each other better. They were in the same division for a number of years in the AFC East, and in order for the team to advance in the playoffs, they normally had to go through each other. Brady got the better part of the first part. You know, I think 11-5. I think his record is 11-5. But the last three playoff meetings, AFC Championship games, Peyton won.
He did.
So for me, am I surprised? No. But I find it very interesting. In a November 14 email that Brady wrote when he was going through this Deflategate thing, he wrote to a friend, I've got another 7-8 years. He, meaning Manning, has 2. That's the final chapter. Game on. Do I think...
Was that true? Huh.
I mean, my best friend, I don't know if I want my best friends talking like that behind my back. You know, when he say that to Peyton's face, because my friends, anything my friends say behind my back, they will say it to my face. Do I think they're friends like D. Wade and LeBron or Chris Paul and LeBron? No. But I think they're friendly, and so that's the extent of it, Skip. I don't think they're best friends. When I see Tom Brady going to the Derby, I don't see him. When I see him in Morocco or Bali or wherever, I don't see Peyton. So I don't know. He and Edelman are friends. He and Gronk are friends. But do I think they're friendly? I think they're cordial to each other. But I don't think they're best buds. They're not like me and you.
I'll accept that. So before I get to what I really want to say, Tom Brady looks good. Doesn't he look good? I mean, seriously, look at this. You realize Peyton's only a year and 5 months older, but Tom looks like he's 10 years younger than Peyton Manning, right? Am I right?
I wouldn't go quite that far.
Is that not? He's about to be.
Maybe it's a bad angle.
Maybe it's good sunlight on Tom.
Well, I mean, Tom got a head full of hair. I mean, you know, he might need to go. He might need to go to that Urlacher doctor.
Yeah. Well,
Peyton might need to go to Urlacher doctor.
Maybe. But Tom is going to be 42 years of age on August the 3rd, just right around the corner. And look at him. He looks like a young man, doesn't he?
Well, he need to get a 42-year-old haircut. That's not a 42-year-old haircut.
So now I'm going to be objective about a player I love as opposed to somebody across the table.
What I do?
You know, well, we heard what you did to open this show.
What I do?
Telling all those lies about your guy, but it's okay. Yeah, all your blind loyalty because you are the ultimate blind witness.
No.
But that's okay.
No.
So here's how this came across to me.
Okay.
It looks to me like Peyton's expression is just, I'm reading in here, I'm reading between the lines, but it looks a little pained, like, okay, I'll go along with this if I have to.
Yeah.
You know, do we really have to
You want to
do
get
this?
a selfie?
Okay, I'll kind of do a fake smile for you here, because that doesn't look like smiling Peyton from the commercials or, you know, that guy, right? So, to me, the GOAT on the left there.
Lowercase.
Yeah, all caps with 7 exclamation points. The GOAT was being a little gloaty there because I think he's actually forcing Peyton into a picture and he's saying there's really no bad blood between us. When there was competitive blood between
absolutely.
those two.
Yes.
So they are not friends. But he's trying to say, hey, look, it's me and Peyton, and I'm still going strong, and I'm almost 42 years of age, and he's out. He's out.
Yeah.
And I got him because he's saying, I'm backing up that email that got divulged because they had to give up all of their data, you know, all their...
Well, some of it he destroyed, you know,
Well, that's what they claimed, but he just change cell phones. A lot of people change cell phones. Somebody across from me changes cell phones once a week.
No, I'll do that. But okay, I'll let you have that when you say you change cell phones. But yeah.
Okay.
Throws them away. He just throws the phone. I got all my cell phones.
But the email that he sent, which was a very competitive email, was it not correct? He's going for 7 or 8 more. Yep, he is. He's right on course. Again, I got to knock on wood for him because you never know about, you just want him to be safe, right?
Okay.
Because it's a dangerous game that he is playing. But the other guy he lasted a couple more years, and that was it.
Well, injury related that, Skip.
It did.
You know what? I believe Peyton not suffered that catastrophic injury that derailed him for a year, and it really never gave him his arm. Not that he was ever throwing like Brett Favre or Patrick Mahomes to begin with.
He did win an MVP. He should have won 2 in Denver.
I believe Peyton would have still been playing.
Okay, maybe. But remember, he is a year and 5 months older, so he's now 43 plus.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he would still be playing.
He'd still be playing.
I'm not sure he's got the fire and drive that Tom always had.
He had it.
I'm not sure.
The mind was willing, but the body just wasn't able, Skip. His body betrayed him.
Okay. But the irony of what you just said is, I got to give Peyton this. The last 2 times they met in the playoffs,
3.
It was the last 3 wins, but the 2 times in Denver.
Denver and the first Super Bowl.
But I was just thinking the 2 in Denver. Yes. And again, he had a hellacious good defense to back him up, as did Russell Wilson in the Super Bowl that Peyton got destroyed in, right?
Yep.
Okay. So again, overall, Tom is 11-6 against Peyton in the playoffs. But that's the regular season. Overall, yes. Yeah. But in the playoffs, Peyton is 3-2 over Tom.
Right.
So it's because of those 2 wins in Denver. Correct. So I got to give him that.
Right.
And yet, to me, that picture is saying, I just won my 6th Super Bowl, right? And what is Peyton? He's 2-2. He finished 2-2 in Super Bowls. So you got 6-3 versus 2-2. So the GOAT is gloating to me. That's how it came across.
Gloat man, huh?
And you know what? To me,
you don't like gloating, Skip. That's what you tell me.
Here's what I believe Tom Brady is turning into a LeBron James on social media who can back it up. Tom Brady is a LeBron who backs it up.
Stop it.
He backs it up.
Stop it.
He gloats and he backs up.
And so does LeBron.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay, one guy's 6-3 in Super Bowls. Your guy's 3-6 in finals.
Hold on.
Okay, how does that
compare?
Your
guy lost to Nick Foles.
Okay.
My guy lost to Dirk Nowitzki, who's an all-time great.
My guy
Kevin Durant, all-time great.
My guy didn't lose to Nick Foles.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick lost to Nick Foles.
Okay, so who lost to Eli Manning?
Well, did he not throw a touchdown pass with 2 minutes left that should have won the game?
Coach Belichick gave up 17 points.
Yep.
I just want to know why Tom Brady, after scoring 37 in the regular season, could only get me 14.
Okay, with 2 minutes left, he threw a touchdown pass that should have won the game.
Oh, but you didn't say that when Pat Mahomes walked off the field with 2 minutes left and he had the lead. You said he outgunned him. Okay. You said Brady outgunned Mahomes boy.
Well, he did.
Okay. And guess what? Eli outgunned your guy.
He didn't outgun him.
He outgunned him.
Closed his eyes and threw it as far as he couldn't have stuck in Tyree's face mask.
And what about Philadelphia?
You're taking that to your bank?
What about Philadelphia?
Like what about him?
He outgunned
ask Bill Belichick.
Outgunned him.
Yeah.
No, why you got to ask Coach Belichick?
Okay, because everyone says Belichick's the all-time defensive genius.
He gave up 3 points. Brady had an interception and 0 touchdowns, and they won going away.
Belichick gave up 40 points to Nick Foles? You don't even like Nick Foles.
How many did he give up to Eli Manning?
Well, okay.
And Tom Brady?
Tom should have won the game.
So why didn't he?
And he made one poor pass in his whole life, and it would have won the second Eli.
And like you do me, and you don't have a whole lot of respect for Eli. And he outgunned your guy twice.
Yeah.
On the grandest of stage.
Well, he didn't outgun him. He just made one late play.
And again, one of your arguments again, you think Michael Jordan would have let that happen? Do you think Michael Jordan would have let a lesser-tier guy beat him in an NBA Finals game? Oh, no.
Do you want me to start in on all the fourth quarters that Tom Brady has taken over in AFC Championship games and Super Bowls?
Yes.
Because there's never been anything like it before.
Oh, so all I'm saying, Skip, it happens.
Yeah.
Even to GOATs like LeBron, which is the GOAT.
It's a GOAT of what?
GOAT.
Yeah.
How your guy get to be? How does Tom Brady gets to be the GOAT if he's 6-3? But Joe is 4-0. Because you tell me 6-0 is better than 3-6. So how is it 4-0 better than 6-3?
He won so many close games that after a while you just got to give it up to him.
What about Joe?
Yeah.
Joe ain't got no interceptions in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He had one great late game against Cincinnati.
What? It's not
John Taylor.
It's not his fault that he's so great early. He ended early, make everybody go to bed early. That's not his fault.
I love Montana, but I love Brady a little more.
Yeah,
So do you.
No,
you
I
do.
like Joe. Joe threw me a couple of passes in the Pro Bowl.
Did he?
Yep.
Okay.
I went to my last Pro Bowl. I went with those two guys.
With those two guys?
Was it him? No, Brady was there. I don't think Peyton made it.
Really? Brady has played so long that he actually even played a game with you?
Yeah.
That's old, man.
He did.
Wow.
He did.
That's
I've been retired
unbelievable.
15 years.
Wow. He's still going strong. Look at him.
My last year. Whoa, what you trying to say? Well, look at him. Look at this. Still, look at this. Don't look at that.
51 and going strong.
Yeah.
But he's 42 and going stronger.
He look like
Look
this.
at that.
Oh, I'm going to check back with him in 9 years and see how he look at 51.
Yeah.
He ain't going to be looking like this.
If LeBron thinks he has a movie career, how about that guy?
No, he ain't got no movie career. He ain't got no career. What he going to do? What he going to do? Oh, golly gee whiz. No, I'm sorry. My 3 sons have already been done.
Really?
Leave It to Beaver has already been done. We don't need another Ward Cleaver. This so we good. Like I said, we don't need a remake of Leave It to Beaver.
We need another Robert Redford. We need another Brad Pitt.
Wow, see there you was. Now you know good what Tom Brady
Guy's a stud.
Tom Brady can't do no acting. Stop.
He'd probably do
Okay,
anything
hold
he
on.
wants to do.
So was he gonna be? He doing action?
But,
I mean,
see, he waits to do
What-
Hollywood until he's finished with pro football.
no, he tried to build them TB12 centers.
Yeah. He didn't want to come play for the Rams so that he could have one foot in Hollywood, you know.
Oh no! Coach Belichick tried to get him up out of there. Coach Belichick was having to go try to have him in San Francisco,
That's true.
and then he went to his daddy and cried.
And Daddy made the right
Yeah.
choice.
No mercy. No mercy.
LeBron already fired up for next season, and it's just June. He posted this pic in the gym yesterday with the caption, "Comeback season is gonna be," shocked emoji face. Put that on everything. LeBron's squad missed the playoffs last season, but now they're adding Anthony Davis to bolster their future postseason chances. We are pleased to welcome Rob Parker in this morning. Nothing gets the juices around here flowing like LeBron discussion. What do you expect to see from him next season?
No doubt about it. Hey, first, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You look good for 51.
Look good for any age. It just so happens I'm 51.
Okay.
I look good for 31, 21.
All right, I got it. I started. I didn't mean to get you all worked up.
Tom
Happy
Brady
birthday.
looks good.
Whatever.
There we go. But as far as LeBron James, I think this is the most overblown, ridiculous. Here we go again. You don't need to say anything. Why does he have to promote or tell you what's coming up? Didn't he also, Shannon, do you remember that playoff mode
No.
comments he made,
I
Skip?
brought it up earlier.
I'm in playoff mode.
It
I'm
has
ready
been
to go.
activated.
Yeah, so he was activated like the Wonder Twins in the old days on the TV show. And I'm like, what is this about? With LeBron last year, and I could be off, what were they, 28 and 29 or 29 and 28? One game different. Like they were just a 500 team with LeBron when he played. His numbers a year ago, you go ahead, you and Chris Broussard, 27, 8, and 8. That's all you talk. They didn't have the same impact that they've had in the past.
Did the players have the same impact?
No, I'm talking about LeBron. LeBron couldn't beat the teams that they needed to beat, that he normally would beat on his own, where he don't need anybody else.
You just said, think about what you just said.
I'm-
You said LeBron couldn't beat the teams. You didn't say LeBron team couldn't
No,
beat the teams.
but I'm talking about that LeBron is good enough that he don't always need help to beat Memphis and Atlanta and and the Suns and all those bad losses when he was in playoff mode that they didn't win. And here's the other part. I keep looking at the West. The West is stacked.
Yeah,
and
we
I
are
try
too
to
now.
try to figure out who's dropping out. You know who? The only team that possibly could drop out of those 8 teams, Skip, that made the playoffs a year ago is the Clippers. And they might get Kawhi. I'm just saying, that's the team I'm looking at. If I look at all the other teams, I don't see them. I don't see Denver. I don't see Portland. I don't see Utah. I don't see them. I don't see Golden State dropping out.
Of the teams that made the playoffs, which one improved more than the Lakers did by adding Anthony Davis?
But which one? None of them got worse, is my point.
Exactly, but did they get better?
But they didn't get worse, so I don't see them falling down. I got what you're saying about the Lakers.
Did the Lakers get worse or did they stay the same?
No, the Lakers got better, but I don't know
Okay.
if it was better to move one of those teams out. That's my point. And the other thing is,
So they're not gonna make the playoffs.
I'm just saying right
No,
now.
no, what are you? No,
I'm telling you that I don't see it yet. Now, if the Clippers don't get Kawhi, that might be their
Skip,
spot
talk to
that
your
they
man.
can slip in.
The man said they're not going to make the playoffs. Get your man,
I'm
Skip.
just telling you, and here's the other part. And you can be ready and you can poo-poo and laugh. I'm not so sure that Anthony Davis is that perfect fit for LeBron James. Because I saw Chris Bosh reduced to standing around at the three-point line, not in the mix.
That's the third option.
I saw that. Wait a minute. And then I saw Kevin Love, who put up nothing but big numbers in Minnesota. And when he got with LeBron, he was
The
also
third
all
option.
turned into.
What did Kyrie do?
No, but
What did Kyrie do?
But I'm trying to give you your point.
And the
on-
second option.
I understand, but I don't believe that Anthony Davis is really going to be their second option.
Who's going to be the second option?
I believe that it's either going to be another player that they get or Kyle Kuzma, who we don't know yet, Skip, hasn't made a big basket yet because he hasn't played in any big games. But if he turns into that guy, he could be number 2, and Anthony Davis could be Chris Bosh, Kevin Love 3. He could wind up where he's not really fitting in. He's been used to being the number 1 option, and now all of a sudden he's going to be pushed. So I'm not convinced that this is the perfect match, that this is going to work, and this is going to propel them. And LeBron James, Shannon, whether you want to admit it or not, is in his 17th year, has miles on his tires, and I'm telling you, I'm not convinced that LeBron is, as you guys have him already going to the NBA Finals, Western Conference Finals, all that. I'm not convinced. I'm really not, unless I see the rest of the team, unless they get somebody else, another star that I don't see going to the Lakers.
I wish I was in that car with them LeBron tires so I could run over your foot. I don't even want to talk. Go ahead, Skip. I don't even want to talk after him. I can't
You don't
talk
wanna
after
talk to me?
I can't. I'm going to talk after you, Skip. Go ahead. I don't even want to talk
I
after him.
think you're out of ammo.
I ain't out of no
Yeah.
Skip. My thing
He's
is,
speechless.
no, I'm not speechless. He says, okay, who are the teams that made the playoffs that's going to drop out? And I ask him a simple question. Of those teams that made the playoff, which one improved more than the Lakers? Well, none of them did. Okay, if they didn't improve.
Time out. All the other bombs haven't dropped yet, so we don't know. The other dominoes are going to fall. Let's see what happens.
There's only one domino that can fall, that can propel someone. Anybody, first of all, Kevin Durant's not playing. So even if he re-signs with Golden State, that's not happening. Klay Thompson's going to miss at least, at the bare minimum, he's missing 4 months of the season. We know that for certainty. Now, okay, who's going to go to Utah? Who's going to Portland's already got a shared payroll. So Denver, who are they adding? Only the Clippers can add Kawhi. Everybody else is going to stand pat, and we gaining momentum.
Did the Utah Jazz not add a significant piece?
Oh, I love
Yes,
Skip.
they did.
The guy that's never made an All-Pro, a guy that's never made an All-Star game.
Most underrated point guard in the history of basketball.
He also was the highest paid player in the NBA for a hot minute.
Kevin Johnson says I was the most underrated, but that's neither here nor there.
I'll argue that all day and all night. And I watched a lot of Kevin Johnson. I'll take Mike Conley Jr. Yeah.
But my thing is that I keep telling you, Anthony, first of all, Kyle Kuzma, if Kyle Kuzma hopes to have the worst Anthony Davis season to date, he will have a very good career. Anthony Davis is 25, 12, and 2 guy. Kyle Kuzma not touching those numbers. Anthony Davis will be the number 2. Look at D-Wade's number as the number 2, 25 points. Look at Kyrie's number as the number 2, 25 points. That's his average. AD is not going to be a number 3 guy. If you think the Lakers are not going to make the playoffs, Rob, you don't bump your head.
All I'm saying to you is that
you said, okay, who's dropping out?
Yet. I don't see who's dropping out. You're telling
okay,
me the Lakers got better.
If they're not dropping out, that means they're not making the playoffs.
I said so far as I look at the way it's set up.
Put your glasses on so you can see further.
I'm a look. And you know what?
Yeah.
You might not like it when I put them on and look.
There you go.
Because I'm telling you, this whole prisoner of the moment, the Lakers are winning the NBA Finals, I think is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Ridiculous.
You know, I'm looking way down there on the Gulf, and I see this poor little old team in New Orleans. Jen knows all about this poor little old team. They might be a candidate to drop into the playoffs this year.
Oh, they're gonna have
right?
better. They're gonna have better record than the Lakers.
I don't know. I
I'll
got to
bet you
see.
on that.
Really?
I'll put dew on
Oh
that.
wait! Whoa! We just got a big whoa.
You know what, Jen?
She put dew on it.
I don't like to take dew from women, but I'm gonna take your case. I like taking dew off here. So I'm gonna take a case of dew off you now.
Whoa!
I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Let's go.
Whoa!
Okay.
That's a mouthful of dew.
No,
right
I want
there.
beignets. I want 2 dozen beignets.
Deal.
Okay, deal.
I'm still
Bet
waiting.
on
I'm
it.
still waiting for my chicken wings, my 50 chicken wings.
Well,
from
keep
the
waiting.
NBA Finals.
Keep
What?
waiting talking crazy like that.
Okay, so back to this post. I can't get enough of this. He has just announced he's going to have the comeback season for the ages.
For the ages.
That's what he is
Who
saying.
had one of those?
When will he ever learn? Just show us, don't tell us. We don't need to be told. He's like the ultimate product of the age that we live in, where you can take a bad movie and advertise it into a box office blockbuster. Right?
They advertise,
Right?
dude, where's my car? It's still terrible.
Okay, but do people go see it because
No.
it's like a cult following? Yeah. Okay, and like the third Transformers or the fifth Jurassic Park, you just
movies.
do
They're
bombardment
good.
of it. I don't think they're good movies.
good movies.
The last Jurassic Park was not a good movie
Yeah, I like
to
that.
me. Okay, great. Well, you liked it, then you're gullible.
Shannon-
That's
Shannon
why you
liked-
love this guy, right?
Don't do this, Skip.
Shannon,
Yeah.
you like Planet of the Apes 9 too, didn't you?
Yeah.
And they only been 2.
Okay. So the point is that he's got 50 million followers on IG and 43 million on Twitter, and they're gullible. They're like, just tell us, we'll believe. We'll believe anything you post. Oh, LeBron's going to have a comeback season for the ages. And it's brilliant marketing strategy on his part because he needs
Ain't no
two
marketing.
things. Yes, it is. Because he needs to announce, hey, everybody, remember me? I know I didn't make the playoffs, but I'm still here. Everybody's talking about KD and Jimmy Butler and number 2 and Kyrie and blah, 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 but I'm still here. And remember, I'm going to have a comeback season for the ages.
Yeah.
And he's also feeling a little bit guilty because he's trying to convince people, I didn't come here just for Hollywood. Oh, but by the way, I'm making a movie right now, so don't ignore that.
ignore the
Ignore that
movie,
because
that's right.
I'm in the weight room. This picture could have been taken like
I don't
6 months ago.
No, it was taken yesterday.
How do you know?
I know.
Well, how can you prove it? I don't know.
So now you,
I don't know.
There's no
now you
date
question
stamp on
Now
it.
you question the guy when the guy took the picture.
Well, I don't
Stop.
know. I don't know. I thought he was making his movie.
But Shannon,
Seriously, he already announced that they're in full movie-making mode, right?
Here's the thing.
Wasn't that 3 days ago?
I don't want LeBron to be quiet because I want you to know he's coming. They say the Messiah warrior, when he crosses over from boy to adult, they kill a lion. They must take a lion. But they don't go out there quiet and tiptoe on him. They go out there banging on the drum. They want him to know he coming. Oh, that Messiah warrior, that 6'9" warrior, he wants you to know he coming next year. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Playoff mode has been activated.
We got no playoff mode.
Activated.
Remember that?
No.
And
Shannon,
what happened?
Remember that, dude?
He was hurt.
Wait a second.
He wasn't hurt.
Wait a second. The lion ate him. He ate him. He just ate him.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Here I
No.
come, lion. Playoff mode is activated.
And
the
when he-
lion ate him.
That was this year.
When he came to LA last year, oh, the Lakers are back.
Yeah.
That's all we heard.
Well, we-
the Lakers are back, and
Well, we
LeBron's
were-
gonna. And I had to listen to Chris Broussard on the radio every day. What team in the West, other than Golden State, are you afraid of that the Lakers aren't better than with LeBron? And what happened? They couldn't beat any of them.
We did beat some of them.
You didn't beat the ones that
We
you
didn't beat
needed
enough
to.
of 'em.
Exactly.
Shannon Sharpe,
Yes.
after the pronouncement, playoff mode has been activated.
Yes.
And he also disqualified. He said, I don't usually do this early,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go high
Yes,
intensity.
yes.
And that was
We
on
didn't
February
launch.
20th.
We had to push the launch date back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we pushed it back to October.
The next night, they launched against Houston
No.
at home, and they beat them, and LeBron went 29, 12, and 6, but Brandon Ingram had 27 and 13. He's Pelican now. I don't know. And then what happened? Next 12 of 14 games lost by LeBron James.
Skip Bayless.
12 of 14, and during that stretch, he shot 29% from three, 62% from the free throw line. That's embarrassing.
Can I ask you a question? You fly a lot. Your planes always take off on time. Sometimes they get delayed. Sometimes they switch the gate on you, don't they? Okay. We
That's
didn't.
why I need to start flying private.
Oh, well, you go right ahead.
That's Shannon,
I
man.
fly private too. I put my headphones on. I feel I'm on a private jet. I don't
Private?
know about-
Yeah, right.
But Skip, stop this. You know better. You should know better than to doubt that man.
I'm not doubting that.
Yeah,
Look,
what you doing?
I'm just saying I'm not convinced, like you are, and some other people who, as usual, jump the gun. As soon as they got Anthony Davis, they're going to the NBA Finals. Just like overnight, and there's going to be a transition period where Anthony Davis has to feel himself out. You don't believe that?
I don't know, man.
Being the number one guy to all of a sudden now, Kyle Kuzma,
Totally agree.
is he passing the ball to Anthony Davis?
think-
He didn't pass the ball to anybody, Skip.
I don't have a Vanderbilt or Columbia degree, but I could swear doubt is being not convinced. I don't know.
Okay, is that right?
I don't know. Maybe not Vanderbilt, the Harvard of the South in Columbia. That's why I know it was online. That was an online.
Columbia just texted me they want their degree back.
Yeah, exactly.
Timeout. Harvard is the Vanderbilt of the
Stop.
North.
You're
Sorry.
still feeling good from that
Yeah,
baseball champ.
He come out here gloating. Got a hat on. Oh, Vanderbilt. We're the baseball powerhouse. No, you're
Excuse
not.
me.
Look at that.
1 second. Thank
Skip,
you.
you got
You know
two
what?
national titles. I'm happy for the SEC.
What's his
because
name? Skip Kumar Rocker?
Yeah.
That dude is a monster.
Kumar Rocker.
Fire.
You're
Kumar
gonna be
Rocker.
covering him.
You got
know.
two. You got two titles. USC got like 10.
this.
Texas got like 5. LSU, Miami. Stop it.
I like
Speaking
it
of
under
baseball
here,
dynasties, LSU. Gentlemen, great stuff this morning.
No mercy.
It's time for our trending story, sponsored by White Claw Hard Seltzer made pure. Drink responsibly. Zion Williamson is being hyped as the biggest NBA rookie star since LeBron. But not everyone is quite that high on the Pelicans' #1 pick. Take a listen to Enes Kanter on The Herd yesterday.
So I heard a terrible thing. I love Zion Williamson.
Okay.
He can pass. He's big. He's strong. I think he's got a magnetism.
Okay.
You think he's overrated? Just say it. You can say it.
Okay.
Just say
I
it.
kind of feel like he's overhyped. I feel like he's Julius Randle with hops.
He's Julius Randle with.
That's how I believe.
By the way, you're not the first person who said that.
Yes. Well, some players are even like scared to say it, but you know me. I'm not scared to say anything.
Shots fired. Well, as expected, Julius Randle didn't let that one go quietly. Randle responded by tweeting, "Yo, Enes Kanter, last time you guarded me, I had 45. Relax, bro. LOL." Shannon, what do you make of all this?
Skip, Kanter loves to talk, but he can't back it up. Remember, he said that about LeBron when LeBron came to the Knicks and put that hammer down on him. He's talking about, you might be the king, but you're not the king of New York. He did all this talking. And he can't guard a parked car with an AK. He needs to stop. And the only reason people say that is because they're both Julius Randle and Zion Williamson are both left-handed. And Skip, I look at Julius Randle as I think he's a very good player, and he's getting better and better every single year. And I get what he's saying. He says, look, Zion Williamson might be good, but I think he's overhyped. They might be putting too much on his plate right now. And he says, but in doing so, he took a shot at both. He brought Julius Randle into an argument that he's having about Zion Williamson, and Julius is like, they're sitting on his couch, like, whoa, why is my timeline blowing up? It's because this dude said basically Zion is you that can jump. Look, this is what he does. He's going to talk. But I tell you what, Skip, is that everybody, it kind of reminds you of Alonzo Ball, but the only difference is Zion's mom is not saying, well, he's better than AD, he's better than LeBron, he's better than KD.
True.
What LeVar did to Lonzo, which put a target on his back. Now, there's going to be a target on this kid's back, Skip, because, even Jordan didn't get this kind of hype, Skip. We didn't think Jordan, if we'd have known what we know, I'm sure they'd have been hyping him like this. But guys going to go at Zion. You know that. With this kind of hype, they're going to make him prove that he's what everybody is hyping him to be. But I don't pay no attention to Enes Kanter.
Pay no attention.
I don't.
I like Enes Kanter. I get a kick out of it. I don't take a lot of what he says all that seriously. But I must admit, when I first read the quote, he's Julius Randle with hops, I was thinking, that's a pretty big compliment because Julius Randle's really good.
Right.
And I think you might have been there that night that he scored 45. Ennis played 20 minutes in that game against Portland.
That was all he could play.
March 15th. I got you.
They couldn't play him anymore. He had a 75.
So if you're calling somebody Julius Randle, who averaged 21 and 9 last year, with hops, and we're talking about through the roof hops.
Yes.
We're talking about hit your head on the rim hops.
Yeah, he got kangaroo
right?
hops. Yeah.
Kangaroo hops.
Yes.
Well, if you add the hops to Julius Randle, with that size, stature, well 21 and 9 might be 25 and 12, right? Okay.
But see, I think the thing is what he's doing, Skip, is that he said we're not looking at Julius Randle as a great player. People are already wanting to anoint Zion as great, and he says, "Look, hold on, let's let the kid play." He's Julius Randle. I mean, we like I said, Julius is a good player, and he's getting better.
I think Julius is about to get a whole lot of money.
Right?
Right?
He's gonna get a boatload.
Okay.
But when people talk about Julius Randle, they're not saying he's great. They're not saying he's life changer.
Okay. So
But they say that kid is.
Okay, I got it. But then he goes on to say later, Ennis said, you know, how would you guard him? And he said, I'd probably just let him shoot. But if he develops his shot, he definitely could become a Hall of Famer. It's all in his hand. He just needs to work and go out there and show the world. Okay, we get that.
Yes.
Okay, so he's not condemning him. He's
Right.
not writing him completely off.
Right.
Show me something. Show me
Right.
you can shoot
Yeah.
it a little bit. Well, I'm going to say this again. Zion made 34% of his three-point shots. I used to say that about Lonzo, 41% at UCLA. Okay, what did I see from Zion at Duke? 34%. I saw 64% from the free throw line. Not great, but I saw sound mechanics.
Yes.
I saw fundamental. I saw touch. I saw feel for that shot. It'll only get better. He'll work hard. He's always worked hard,
Yes.
right? He was a point guard in high school. He has guard skills to go with all of his mass and
Give you
girth.
saw those guys he's playing against.
Okay, well, that's everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So being a point guard, that's not saying
Okay,
much.
but when you develop some of those skills,
Yeah, he can handle the
because
ball,
we
yes.
saw him handle it on the break and
Yes.
drop some dimes on
Yeah,
people, some
Tyus Jones,
like
yeah.
50-foot dimes, bounce passes, you know, from half
what
court.
was the kid, the point guard? Was that him that he passed that ball? That you came in and it was, you was like, that was Magic Johnson-esque.
Yeah,
That was
we showed
LeBron-esque.
that about 17 times,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because that's what he can be.
Right.
So will his shot get better? Yes, it will. So again, I think it's kind of a compliment to start off with. Is he Julius Randle right now? Well, that's a pretty good start, right?
Julius Randle didn't get this kind of hype coming out. Julius Randle was not thought of
Was
as
he the seventh overall?
pick.
Okay.
He was not thought of as franchise
No,
changing.
heck no.
That's what that kid is thought of.
Okay. Well, you're kind of in the same boat with Ennis. You
No,
think
no,
he's
no.
been overhyped?
I do think he's been overhyped.
All right.
And I want to see. You already done fell in love with the man.
Well, I did because I saw it and I
In college,
projected it.
there's a lot of kids in college. Yeah, there's a lot of kids that play really well in
Yeah.
college.
And I saw him have to put up with a ball-hogging ball stopper in R.J. Barrett, and I can't wait to see what happens when he gets in a real offense with a real coach,
Whoa! So what are you trying to say, Coach?
a pro coach. Yeah.
Coach K. Coach K could be
I
a pro
respect Coach K, but I still don't get what was going on with Zion.
I do.
He decided he put all of his eggs in one basketball basket, and it was RJ's.
Because he was privy to what we didn't see, and that's practice. And that's in situations that he could put the ball in RJ's hand, and RJ could go make a play for himself, or he could pass it, get it off.
Okay.
Simple, Skip.
You're on record. You say Ja will be better. He'll have a better career than Zion. And it just, I'm sorry, I love Ja, but I really love
But let me
this
ask you a
kid.
question. What if Ja win titles, but doesn't have as many points as Zion?
Okay.
Who would
just
have the better
impact, titles. I'll go with that. You know, who has the most impact? I think it'll be clear very quickly to you who's having the most impact, because I think she just won a bet from you.
Oh, no. Yeah, she just lost 2 dozen.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, what did she
From
get?
Cafe Du Monde. That's what I want. I want them hot, too.
But she wants Diet Dew, because that's the breakfast of champions,
She don't want no Diet Dew.
right?
Whatever she
Nectar
wants.
of the gods.
She want gumbo, she want etouffee, she want boudin. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
But I want from Cafe Du Monde.
Okay.
Warm. I want them no powdered sugar on top. I want
No
them warm.
powdered sugar? You can't
No.
eat beignets without powdered
Yeah, you
sugar.
can. I'm going
Part
to.
of
That's
the deal.
blasphemy.
I know why I don't do sugar anymore.
You have to make an exception for this one.
You ate your whole cake yesterday.
I ain't part of it.
You ate half of it.
I had another piece. I had another cake shipped to me too.
Did you?
Red velvet.
Oh, that was from LeBron, right?
Me and my boys ate that.
Okay.
Part of it.
Here's all I know is that Drew Brees decided, I believe
my
in this
God.
kid so much. I believe in him so completely. I'm going to send him a jersey and I'm going to sign it passing the torch.
But that's
Drew
not how.
Brees is a, obviously a cinch Hall of Famer, one of the top, 5 quarterbacks ever, 10, I don't know. He's up there, and
not
he's already passing the torch to this kid.
Hold on.
That's all you need to know.
That's first of all, that's not how it works. And hold on, didn't the Saints almost make the Super Bowl? So Drew Brees is done. So he said, "I'm done. Hey, Zion, take it over from me. I'm done." Is that what Drew Brees is saying? Because if I'm the Saints, I want $27 million back. What we paid him because you done.
It could be Drew's last season. Is that fair to speculate?
No.
Maybe?
No.
There's a lot of speculation about it. Drew wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, he would not agree with that. But
So
he's
why he
already
passing the
passing
torch? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
That's not how it worked. So
Yeah.
when you passing the torch to me?
Do you think Drew would have evil in his heart to say, I'm going to make it impossible for this kid to succeed in my town, in my city? Am I going to doom him from the start with this? No, he's not like that.
But I think
I know some guys would be.
I think you and I both agree there's no downside to what Drew did.
No
downside to what he did. Everybody's like, oh, man, look at Drew. Drew's passing the torch, gave him his jersey.
Okay.
What's the downside to doing that?
Well, there's downside to Zion.
Hey, I'm talking about the Drew.
Huge.
I'm not talking about Zion. Zion's going to be what he's going to be. I'm talking about Drew. There's no downside to what he did.
Unless people sit back next year and say, well, you did a LeVar Ball on him. You know, you painted a target on his back.
No.
Right?
Nobody can paint no target on your back. You either can do it or you can't.
Okay. Well,
you can't talk your way. You can't hype your way into something. You got to do.
Okay. But the point is, Lonzo couldn't live up to that. He can't be Steph Curry out of the blocks, right?
Well, that's what. Hold on. If he's what you said he is, he can be that.
Well, he will be. Unfortunately for you, he's going to be that for her.
He ain't gonna be no. He's not gonna be no Steph Curry. Stop.
Well, he's going to be transcendent. He's going to be a star.
No, he's not,
Yes,
Skip.
he is.
He's not gonna be transcendent.
You wait.
Skip. There's only a handful of transcendent players that's ever played.
Hey, LeBron better have a comeback season for the ages, because if he does not, if he lives down to expectations and Anthony can't quite live up.
He can.
And you look at what's going on in New Orleans to Lonzo and B.I. and
we can't
Zion.
Look. Skip, when you up, you can't look down.
Yep.
Just keep looking up.
Yep.
Yeah, our trajectory. We're going here.
I'll be happy to share my due with Zion when the Pelicans
Well,
make
y'all,
the
you go
playoffs.
right ahead.
You can picture us
I'll be eating warm.
Will you?
with powdered sugar.
You
I
want some?
hope.
I don't eat beignets.
No mercy.
The FIFA Women's World Cup continues today. Norway takes on England at 2 Eastern on Fox. Then tomorrow, it is the game everyone's been waiting for. Team USA versus France at 2 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Kevin Durant was reportedly, quote, really pissed at the Warriors for how they handled his Achilles injury. However, yesterday, Steve Kerr refuted that claim. Also yesterday, KD declined his player option, meaning he'll become a free agent. The Knicks and Nets have both talked about possible destinations for KD if he leaves Golden State. We're joined now by Yahoo senior NBA insider Chris Haynes. We appreciate you being here this morning. Give us some scoop. What are you hearing about KD's future?
Well, look, right now, I think they're in the bunkering stage right now where they're going to get together in the next day or so, today or tomorrow, and kind of sift through some of the teams and seeing which teams they're going to actually grant a meeting to. So this is going to be the first time that they actually get together and talk about this process. I don't expect the process to last long. I'm talking about when June 30th hits. I don't expect it to be a long, strenuous process. We've all known for quite some time the suitors or the legitimate suitors that were going to be out there, the legitimate suitors that he was going to consider. So that hasn't changed. But I think right now what's going on is just the process of figuring out who they're going to meet with, when, and in what order, because that plays a significant part too. There was a team that I can't say the team, I can't say the player, but they're calling around. They have a meeting plan with this player, but they want that player last. So order is all very important, even though it seems minute and sometimes it doesn't even get reported.
They want the last thing to hear their pitch.
That last thing to pitch, that usually that's what sticks out with a player is what you heard last. So that's very important through this process as well.
Okay, back to what Steve Kerr said yesterday. Mm-hmm. What is your bottom line takeaway on what Kevin knew or did not know about his injury?
Look, I can't corroborate that he was pissed. I will say that there was confusion all around with that situation of how it played out. The Warriors did go in there and tell him that the extent of which he could get re-injured would be just another calf injury.
Okay. Not catastrophic.
Not catastrophic, correct. And so I think they're on a little bit better ground than they were before. But I will say this is that, and I reported this, that KD and his camp, his circle, they would have hoped that the Warriors would have ruled him out indefinitely, dating back to, I believe it was at the conference finals Dating back to the second round. Houston Rockets.
Houston, game
Houston
5.
Rockets. Yeah. So that way, if he's ruled out indefinitely, then there's no speculation. There's no so in my job, I'm asking, okay, after this game, all right, what's KD's availability for practice? What's KD's availability for the next game? This continued on through the conference finals and through the finals. And so what happened was then the players are believing that he's getting close to returning because they're seeing him work out.
Well, Joe Lacob said, I believe we will see Kevin Durant at some point in these finals.
The owner as well. The owner as well. So what happened was KD became a talking point every single day. And I think that did contribute to pressure to get out there, on top of the owner saying what he had to say. And so, look, I think both sides wish things were handled differently. I think it can be repaired, but I don't know as far as saying that he's going to come back and that things are going to be okay. I do think some other interests, particularly Knicks, like as I've said, I think they're a serious suitor. I think that's a real serious interest right there. And what happened with KD couldn't have happened at a worse time.
No, it could not. So are you saying right now you would give the Knicks a little better shot of signing him than Golden State re-signing him?
This is me personally. I like the Knicks' chances. I'll say that, Skip. I like the Knicks' chances. I just think the way things ended in Golden State couldn't have been even any more catastrophic for the organization. Man, look at this. Take away KD for a minute. Golden State's going into that brand new Chase Center. The ideal situation was to have this whole team back. Because you know those tickets are going to be quadruple what they were at Oracle Arena.
Well, Egan said they priced the common fans.
They priced the common fans out. So now you're going into that brand new Chase Center in San Francisco with the possibility of not having Clay or KD next year. Because a lot of people think Clay as well could be out the entire season next year. So you going in trotting out just Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Well, what kind of toll is that going to put on Steph's body all throughout the year, going to the Chase Center? Or is the market, I understand the arena probably initially is going to be sold out, people, but over time, throughout the course of that season, with just Draymond and Steph, is that going to be enough? That's like I said, everything happened at the worst possible time for the Warriors, and I just can't see right now them being the favorites.
Okay, and your gut feeling is Clay will stay?
I think Clay.
If they give him the max.
Well, they're going to have to give him the max.
Exactly.
Look, but check this out. Shannon, they cannot offer this boy anything less than the max and then expect to have some type of favorable outcome. Remember, I'm saying, they have that Chase, that Chase Center is a big deal.
Right.
So you want to go off and piss off, you want to talk about pissing off somebody, you want to go and piss off Clay, because Clay will bounce. Yeah. Clay will bounce. You want to piss off Clay? Man, you saw how Clay tried to fight back on that injury, come back and shoot a free throw? That's what he wanted to stay in the game. Yeah. So you're going to piss this guy off first day of free agency, have him go sign with the Clippers or whoever, and then you're going in there really trotting out there with a subpar roster.
At least if you re-sign him, you might not have him this year, but you're going to have him for 4 more years after the fact. For me, I just think there was no favorable outcome for KD unless he didn't tear this, because if he gets approved by doctors, and let's just take Steve Kerr at his word, guys, that Steve Kerr said, not only did our doctors tell him this, but another guy told him this, and another doctor. So 3 doctors told Kevin Durant this is what could happen. If he gets cleared and he doesn't play, we got Kawhi Leonard all over again. Yeah. Because that's what we reported. Kawhi got cleared and he didn't play. Okay, they tell him this, he goes out there, he tears his Achilles. So, the only way he could win, Skip, is that he plays and he doesn't tear that Achilles. Any other way, he gets cleared, he doesn't play, boom. He played and he tore his Achilles. But how much did what Draymond said to him early in the season?
Hey,
because you got to prove you.
Hey, all I could go off, Uncle Shannon, all I could go off of is what KD told me.
Right.
He said they've gotten past that.
Okay.
Draymond said they've gotten past that.
Okay.
I mean, I think we know KD pretty well. Sometimes he does hold things.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm just going off of basically what he told me is that they gotten past that. And I'm glad you brought up Kawhi, or some people like to refer to him as number 2.
Yeah.
Because the situation that happened with KD, which was catastrophic, most people say he shouldn't have been out there. Shouldn't have been out there. But didn't Kawhi go through a similar situation over there? And he got ridiculed for the way things were handled. And he got ridiculed for the way things handled. I'm interested in hearing somebody's take on that because now it's looking like that was the right decision.
Oh, really?
Going into next year.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP.
And healthy.
He had a thigh bruise, and they babied him, and they coddled.
Not enough.
And they just patted him on the head and said, you take as much time as
Who
you
we
need.
talking about
And
here?
The San Antonio Spurs.
No, but what player are you talking about?
Number 2.
No, that's
He'll always be number 2 to me.
Kawhi. Skip.
I am so sick of this story because it's so wrong what you're saying. He had a thigh bruise. He didn't have a frayed Achilles tendon. He didn't have a knee that could go at any second. He had a thigh bruise.
That could go at any
and
second.
the most conservative and patient medical staff in all of sports said, take as much time as you need until about January 15th when they said, you know what? You're 100% ready to go. We clear you publicly for all basketball activities.
Yes, they did.
And he said,
He just said, no, he said, I'm still hurt. He said, I feel it. Just like Kevin Durant, just like Kevin knew deep down.
My uncle wants me out of here, so
No,
I'm hurt.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh.
Yeah.
Skip, just like
Thank you
Kawhi,
for bringing that up, by the way.
athletes know their body. And just like KD knew deep down, but the peer pressure and the organizational pressure was too great for him to resist. KD knew deep down inside that he was not right. And against his better judgment, because that's what we do, Skip. We know sometimes, I'm telling you, I know I've been there. No, we got no business out there playing, but we do it anyway because we've heard from the players, the teammates. You don't want to let those guys. You heard from coaches and the higher-ups in the organization, and you're like, I can't let them down. Knowing good and well something bad could possibly happen, but you know what? We're willing to roll the dice. That's what we do.
Okay, so I got to say one last thing about number 2. He is about to tell the Los Angeles Clippers, I can give you 41 games for sure, but I'm not sure about after that. I'll give you 41, but I'm playing no back-to-back.
Hey, guess what? And they say, hold on. Are you going to get us to the NBA Finals and win the championship? We'll let you play 25. We'll let you play 25.
Wait a second. Now you say the Clippers might get to the finals?
No, I'm saying the Clippers are saying, Skip, when you get these guys, they don't come available very often.
No, he's a really good player. I said that.
No, really good.
He was
great.
Really good.
Upgrade that.
They're great. Tier
I used to
1.
argue with him. We're going back 2 years ago. I said he's the best two-way player in basketball. No, LeBron James is. Baloney, he was.
So what changed? The only thing changing was the uniform.
You have to play.
He
You have to
played.
play.
Did you not just see the
His
NBA Finals?
hero growing up was Michael Jeffrey Jordan,
Yes.
who played 9 times all 82 games. 9 times, all 82. I don't know what happened. I guess it was a different day.
Skip,
Skip.
do you know this, Skip? Funny. I'm glad you brought that up. Because at the age of 34, LeBron James, even though Michael Jordan, how many times did he play all 82?
9.
9?
He also played 81 once and 80 once.
LeBron did play 71 more games.
At that point.
And he played 82, 81, 78. And LeBron James still played 71 more games. But I don't even know why I brought it
At
up.
age 34, Michael Jordan made first-team all-defense. At age 34, LeBron played no defense.
And
I don't know.
And LeBron,
Why do you explain that?
LeBron James have played 60 more playoff games.
Let's talk about somebody who's relevant. Let's get back to what's...
All my guys are
No,
my guys
he's not
relevant.
If your gut feeling, maybe it's your emotional phone feeling, is Knicks for KD. Does that mean Kyrie joins him?
I think from what all we're hearing, from what all is being reported, Kyrie to Brooklyn sounds like
Done
all
deal.
done.
Really?
Done deal. Yeah.
Okay, so
really
no
does.
Kyrie, KD.
Yeah,
package?
I don't think the pairing is inevitable. Like I don't think it was. I don't think it was ever a point where Kyrie, you go in there, I'm gonna follow you, or KD, you go in there, I'm gonna follow you. I don't think it was. It was always independent. But those guys are good friends, and I think possibly just from the sake of their relationship that KD is going to probably maybe meet with Brooklyn. We don't know that for sure, but that's what they're trying to figure out right now. And I think that's just based off of Kyrie. I think that relationship is what's going to get him to that point. But at the end of the day, it's hard for me to believe what we've been hearing all year, the rumblings, and it's hard for me to believe. And it's funny, because I remember it feel like deja vu, because I believe I started the KD Knicks connection here on the show earlier in the year. It's hard for me to believe it's going anywhere else but New York or Golden State.
You know he sold his Malibu house, Skip. He sold that.
I believe he still has the one in the Hollywood Hills. Okay.
Oh, he still does have that. Okay,
He sold the Malibu one.
Well, that's going to, that's why I brought up Kawhi Leonard as well.
Okay. Last quick point about Kevin Durant. This is what I do know about Kevin. He loves to shock the world, go completely against the grain, and go completely outside your box and your box. And
well, he signed with the Lakers then.
Okay. Well, something crazy where. When he signed with Golden State, it was 4th of July fireworks display. It was like complete shock, right? Nobody saw that coming. So is it possible there's some team laying in the weeds out there we're not thinking of?
I can't see that. Yeah? Okay. I can't see that. I think whatever is going to happen has been projected to happen for a long time. I don't see it being that. I think, like I said, I like the Knicks' chances. But I'm going to say, for Golden State, all those things that happen.
Yep,
later,
I'm with you on that.
It's hard to believe.
I can see him signing a 2-year deal with Golden State.
You can see
the rehab year, and then play 1 year that says, okay, now I'm back, get $250 million.
But the problem with that, Shannon, is like, what is he, 30 right now?
30. He'll be 32 before he plays again.
Yeah, I understand. But it's like, at this point, like you're already stepping into the twilight years of your prime, the end of your prime. Yeah, can you keep doing these 1-and-1s?
He can't do like LeBron, because LeBron keep Father Time off.
Does he?
Hold it out like this here. Father Time trying to coach on both sides.
Father Time says groin, bam.
Great stuff, gentlemen. Chris, we're going to get you to stick around because we've got more free agency frenzy, including Jimmy Butler's future.
Yep.
No mercy.
Saturday, the greatest rivalry in baseball heads to London. The Yankees and Red Sox play the first ever Major League game in England. Catch it Saturday, 12:30 Eastern on Fox. All right, so the Rockets apparently want Jimmy Butler on their roster, but it is going to take some work. ESPN reporting Houston is shopping Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, and PJ Tucker, trying to acquire Butler in some sort of sign and trade. The Rockets do not currently have enough cap space to sign Butler as a free agent. So what do they do? We are joined once again by Yahoo's Chris Haynes. Thank you so much for being here. What's your take on this one?
Well, look, I think the Rockets right now, it's a little bit of desperation trying to make sure they get enough weapons as possible, which I don't understand the logic now, because if they're going with the same team, Golden State is not the same team. Next year. So I think they're fine. I think they could go okay into the next season. And I applaud Daryl Morey because he's always trying to be innovative and trying to figure out ways to better strengthen his roster. I don't know that it's necessarily necessary to go in there and try to go all out for a sign and trade. You understand the reason, because actually, Philly's the only team that can give him the full 5-year max, and so that way it could come over and transfer that way if it were to happen. But from Philly's standpoint, from what I understand, look, they feel confident in the fact that Jimmy wants to go back there. They feel confident being able to bring him back. Mm-hmm. So
they definitely want him back.
Oh, they definitely
at the max.
They want him back. They want him back. They understand what it takes. I spoke to Jimmy. He was on my podcast a few months ago. He said he's going to get the max. That's how he feels. And so teams know that. And so you got to know going in that, like, you can't bring this guy in for a meeting or try to pitch anything and saying anything other than max. That's all he wants to hear. And then the basketball situation. So Philly feels good where they're at, but Houston they're pulling out all the stops. It's going to be a little bit difficult because they got to make a couple separate moves in order to make that happen. So that's why it's a little bit of a long shot. But I don't know that Houston necessarily needs to go this route anyway.
And this is what we've been saying, Skip, is that the reasons why the Lakers couldn't get a third team involved with the AD trade is because why am I going to help you again? If I'm a third team, why am I going to help you, Houston, try to navigate a deal so you can get Jimmy Butler? Mm-hmm. How does that help us? And Philly's like, hey, Elton Brand's probably sitting up in his office. Hey, Daryl, yeah, you want Jimmy, huh? Send me that trade proposal over and let me get on that. Let me look this thing over because I really want to help you guys get to the championship. Elton Brand's like, dude, I'm trying to win a championship over here.
No doubt.
That's why they traded for Jimmy Butler. That's why they traded for Tobias Harris. Skip, Elton Brand's like, I'm going for it now. I'm not trying to wait for 2-3 years. Oh, we need to grow. No, I'm going for it right now. Daryl, just because you're in panic mode and want to blow up your situation, that doesn't mean everybody around the league want to blow up their situation. And they're definitely not going to blow it up to help you. It makes no sense to Philly on Philly's side. But this deal, other than they're like, Jimmy Butler is a really good player, it really makes no sense for Houston because Jimmy Butler really doesn't fit what they're doing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you think of all those personalities they have on that roster, and then the way they allow James Harden to play. I don't know Jimmy will feel comfortable just standing out in the corner.
No.
You know, he's not PJ Tucker. PJ plays that role and is great. And just from a chemistry standpoint, because I know PJ pretty well as well, like, he sacrifices. Like, Coach Dan Antonio is always complimenting him, how he should be all NBA team defense. And now his name is in trade rumors. You know, that can't feel too good. For guys sacrificing, he allows himself to stay in the corner, just play his role.
That's it.
But now he's seeing his name out there. Like, that's why I'm saying, for Houston's standpoint, I don't know if it's good to go this route right now. Because first of all, I don't think it makes you better. I don't know that chemistry-wise, it would be a good fit.
Right.
And then is it worth it to put all these players out there, their names out there, off of something that
So what happened to
probably
the Lakers,
won't
Skip?
happen? But these are veteran guys.
what
These are
LeBron
veteran
did.
guys.
There you go. See,
Well, he did.
see what he did. Oh,
It's LeBron.
So what about Daryl Morey? He's doing the exact same thing.
He is. I agree. He is desperately trying to fix what he broke. He bet the whole ranch. He bet Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley and Montrezl Harrell and a first-round pick to go get Chris Paul, and Chris was edging toward older age.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it looked last year like Chris Paul had lost a step, and that's after Daryl Morey gave him an extension. Now he makes, what are the numbers?
38, 41, and 44.7.
It's just
I know.
outrageous money. He can't, there's no way Chris Paul at this age and stage of his career can live up to that money. So you're stuck with it. And now I'm starting to think that Daryl Morey is such a shrewd operator. He's telegraphing this move, I got to go get Jimmy Butler, when he knows it's not realistic because Philly's not going to give him up. And he's trying to show everyone, I'm trying to fix this, but obviously in the end, he knows he can't. So if they go standing pat into next year and it blows up in his face, he could say, well, I tried to get Jimmy Butler to fix this, right?
But I think they can, Skip, if they bring the team back, we believe, had they not run into Golden State in the second round, they would have played Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. Now, Golden State is not going to come back. They're not going to be the same team.
Nope.
Houston, you get a chance to run it back.
I'm just not sure they're going to be the same team because I do think that James Harden and Chris Paul are at each other's throats.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a healthy situation that can be fixed on the fly where they'll just make peace with their situation.
But part of the reason why they had so much friction, especially towards the end, is because they ran into Golden State. You know, we didn't hear about this too much throughout the course of the season. So now you're not running against that roadblock. You have, I'm not going to say a free path, but it's an easier path to the finals now. Will that chemistry, winning cures everything.
Yep.
And if you're winning, maybe guys are say, okay, I'm fine, I'll stay in the corner.
Well, the roadblock wouldn't have happened if James Harden and you hadn't dominated the ball because Toronto beat them because they moved the ball. Nobody just stood there and just dribble, and then pass it to me with 2 seconds on the shot clock and expect me to make miracles happen. But Philly, it would make no sense for you to do this deal.
They're right there. They're right there. They got to stand pat. And they feel good about trying to get Tobias Harris back as well.
Next subject. The player you referred to as Kawhi.
That's his name.
Oh, I'm glad he said it.
You referred to him.
Oh, no, but you mentioned his name. When was the last time you mentioned his name?
No, I didn't.
You just said it.
No, I said you
I got that on record. Okay, that's fine.
I call him number 2.
That's fine, I got it.
So that guy, whoever that guy is, you
good.
call him by any
feel
name.
good.
Just call him 2-time Finals MVP. We live with that.
Okay. Best two-way player in basketball, as I told you 2 years ago. Okay. Where does he land? What's your educated best guess?
Look, I spoke with his Uncle Dennis Robinson.
You spoke to him?
You know, I mean, actually, you read that when he came out, and this was about a couple weeks ago, when he came out and said that the problems that they were having in San Antonio. You actually read the story, so I appreciate you, Skip, giving that some pub.
Yeah.
But
by the way, do you like Uncle Dennis?
Uncle Dennis is fine with me, man. I don't have no problem with Uncle Dennis.
Yeah, well, I ain't got no problem with Uncle Dennis either. I like
The
it.
Spurs had a big problem.
I ain't got
They
no
got a problem
problem
with
with
everybody.
Dennis. I ain't got no problem. But he told me, there were some things there was some trust built with that organization. Just going throughout the process. Obviously, they came into a situation. It was a little concerning and a little awkward because, they went and traded away DeMar DeRozan. We seen what DeMar, his camp had to say about how that was handled. So now they're stepping into something, I don't know if we can trust, DeMar saying this. But what they done with the medical staff, the trust with the front office, and obviously this magical season, look, they're seriously considering going back to Toronto. If you would have asked me this 3 weeks ago, I would say, nah, LA Clippers. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to meet with a handful of teams, and I actually wrote this when I reported the opt-out. I think it might be between Clippers and Toronto. In the end, he'll meet with others, but I think it'll be between those two. In the end, is my own opinion. And I think, look, man, it's hard for me to see him leaving Toronto after the way that thing happened. It's hard for me to see.
The hidden agenda in San Antonio, it was a hidden agenda, was to get him to the Clippers or the Lakers, whichever worked out.
But why are you staying in Toronto?
Well, I'm just saying that was the plan before Toronto happened. And I agree with you. I don't know how they could do any more, but you're still in Toronto. You like the Raptors, but you're still in Toronto.
Hey, you said it's like he's still in.
Well, Lou Williams.
Did you see Lou's
Lou Williams says it's like you playing overseas.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I mean, theoretically it is. I mean, you're in Canada. It's not America. I get all of that, but I said it was 60-40 because Skip and we talked about this on Monday, and I said last week. I said I believe it's 60-40 that he goes back to Toronto because it's hard for me. There've never been a reigning Finals MVP leave his team.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: if there ever is one,
it'd be
it's Kawhi. It was number two. It was, this guy. It's not about. We hear him talk. He talks about basketball is just for fun.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't take this too seriously. For him, it's all about comfort and trust. Those are
with things he didn't have in San Antonio. That's why
that eroded. Look, this is one thing. This is one thing Uncle Dennis told me in the story. You didn't read it, Skip. It was like you cannot tell a player how hurt he is. You can clear him all you want. The medical staff can clear him, but there are still psychological hurdles. There's still pain that you can't detect.
Especially if you want to get to L.A.
Stop. You ought to stop.
Okay, speaking of L.A., last quick question. Lakers wind up with what pieces alongside Anthony and LeBron?
I think they have a good shot to land. He's probably not the marquee free agent, but D'Angelo Russell coming back to L.A. makes all the sense in the world.
Does it? I don't know. LeBron likes that basketball.
It makes sense. No, what I'm saying it makes sense just from the fact that Kyrie Irving's going to Brooklyn. I think D'Angelo will be expendable over there. So you look, and I think they will get a meeting with D'Angelo. So somebody who can catch and shoot, which you have to be able to play off the ball when you're playing with LeBron James. That's D'Angelo. I think he's mature. He's more mature. He's a more proven player.
I hope so.
And you look at all the guys out there that's left. Who else is out there?
We need quality pieces. Give me a Jeremy Lamb. Give me guys that can catch and shoot. Give me J.J. Redick.
You take those over D'Angelo?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You know D'Angelo Russell had the third highest usage rate
behind
Russell and James Harden?
I understand.
So what does he need?
But that's not what he needs. That's what he needs to do in Brooklyn.
Okay, so what? He's not going to with LeBron?
Yes.
You know what the third option is. The third option is never that guy that we originally saw him as. Chris Bosh was never the 2010 guy.
I get
Kevin
that.
Love was never the 26 and 12 guy.
I get that. But Shannon, when you're looking at filling the roster out, that guy's an all-star now. He's an all-star now. So you're looking at filling the roster out. He's a complimentary piece. You got to bring him on. He can catch and shoot. He can handle the rock.
No mercy.
It's time for our hot topic of the day, sponsored by Hyundai. The Knicks appear to have a backup plan if they cannot land Kevin Durant. Mark Stein reporting the Knicks could give a considerable one-year offer to Boogie Cousins. Now, remember, he only played 30 regular season games last season, got Achilles, but he did average over 16 points. Shannon, where would you rank Boogie among the available free agents right now?
Well, he's down there. He's out of the top 10, Skip. I don't see him as a top 10 free agent, just looking at the list. But it makes sense for the Knicks, Skip, if they swing and miss on all the big-time free agents. I don't see someone giving him more than a one-year deal, considering his injury history. Achilles injury coming off the quad injury and given his age. So I can see them giving him a 1 year, $10 million, $15, maybe even $20 million deal, Skip, because remember, you miss out on KD, you miss out on Kawhi, you miss out on Kyrie, Kemba, Jimmy. What other options do you have? And you just hope he can resurrect. Now, he was never above the rim player, but he has zero lift now, Skip. Those injuries have robbed him of what little lift that he did have. Can he get that back? I don't know, given his age and this injury history. But I don't see someone, even after this year, committing more than 2 years. You don't want to get stuck 2 years in a deal and paying him $25, $30 million. With his injury history, I don't see it happening. But it makes sense for the Knicks, considering they're probably going to swing and miss on all the free agents.
I am a Demarcus Cousins fan, and I still think he has big game left. And I got you. He didn't look quite the same last year, but I think he'll look stronger and stronger as next year progresses. I agree with you. Long term, it's a little scary, but next 2 years, I think he's going to be a dominating inside presence.
Okay.
And I know it didn't work out with Anthony in New Orleans, but man,
It was working out, Skip. I mean, they were playing well until he went down.
I got it. But it wasn't, it didn't quite pair up the way you thought it might because they were such close friends. They just play too much the same way. They're just, they're too close to the same player. But this guy, boy, you're saying not even top 10? I'm going to remind you, since his rookie year, he's the only player in the NBA to average 20 and 10, and that's with a minimum of at least 550 games.
Right.
But he's going to give you 20 and 10 when he's right.
Right.
He's got touch, he's got girth and mass, and he can. We saw flashes in the final.
Yeah.
He just took the game over because he's got firepower in him. Does he always play as hard as you would? No, he doesn't always play as hard. It's kind of Zion-like, except Zion just plays hard every dribble of every possession.
But you remember what he liked when he was on a young team and he was the dominating voice in there at Sacramento.
Yep.
My thing is, Skip, is all the other free agents, with the exception of KD, has a clean bill of health. He's the only one that's coming with those questionable. He's not Kemba. He's not Kyrie. He's not Kawhi, Jimmy Butler. I'm taking Vucevic. Vucevic was an all-star, and he has no injury history. So that's why I got him ranked where he's ranked, Skip. I don't think he's a top 10 of the available free agents. Can he get back now? If he was 100% healthy, he's a top 5 free agent, but he's not.
No mercy.
Time for our final topic of the day. Carmelo Anthony needs a new team, and the Lakers need to fill roster spots. So could there be a match here? SNY reports that league execs think the Lakers are the most likely destination for Melo. However, the 10-time All-Star has not played in the NBA since November. Shannon, would you want Melo on the Lakers?
Only if he go play for $42.13.
Really?
Yeah.
Even then, would you want him on your Lakers?
Yeah, man. What we've seen from Melo is that Melo's only been great in one role, in a starting role, Denver and New York. He wasn't accepting, and as you get older, you must accept roles. And it seems that OKC, it didn't work out. Houston, it didn't work out. Is he ever going to be comfortable being the 7th, 8th guy, Skip?
No.
So I don't see, and I like to think like LeBron can maximize Melo, but I just don't see it happening. We don't need... Get Bogdanovich, get JJ Redick. Let's see what's out there first. And if we
want Bogdanovich over Carmelo Anthony.
Yes.
And you're right. You should.
Yes, because Bogdanovich knows his role. He's a catch and shoot 3-point shooter.
And he's really good.
Yeah, 42.5% from
right
3.
in his prime. You cannot keep doing favors for friends. It's a bad idea, especially in this case, because Carmelo can't accept some sub role.
Right.
He's just not that guy. He's not made that way. He wasn't born that way.
Right.
So what happened when LeBron brought D-Wade to Cleveland? What happened?
Didn't work.
It just didn't work out. And finally, about mid-year, wasn't it?
Yep.
LeBron just said, hey,
Go
love
home.
you, man, but go home. And at least he got him back to Miami to call it a day in Miami, right?
Yep.
In this case, you don't want to have a last hurrah with Carmelo because Chris Paul tried a last hurrah, right? And it lasted, like 10 games? Yeah, 10 games. He averaged 13 and 5 and didn't fit.
Right. So is he going to be willing to accept the minimum? Willing to accept the role where he plays 18, 20 minutes a night?
No, bad idea.
Probably not. Great stuff today, gentlemen.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.